sky, 51 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to near 60 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02. This morning, the men accused of a crash on Indianapolis's west side that killed a man in a pickup are set for a bail hearing. The cops say the men were racing each other, and neither one had a driver's license. One of them slammed into the pickup truck, which killed the man instantly. The other one drove around and picked the other one up in a car, and police arrested them at a home a few days later. 3 young kids hurt in a hit-and-run crash Monday afternoon on the city's south side. The crash happened right before 4 o'clock at Madison Avenue and East Stop 10 Road. One child thrown from a car, all 3 taken to the hospital and are expected to recover. Police need your help in solving this case. They say if you know anything about the crash or maybe saw the crash, call Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS. The Indianapolis Colts playoff hopes took another hit last night with a 48-27 loss to the San Francisco 49ers.
Something I got to look at. Obviously, we got to find ways to win, especially in November and December. That's where you win games, and that's where you make it the playoffs. So we got to do a better job, and I have to do a better job of that.
And that's head coach Shane Steichen. The Indianapolis Colts take on the Jacksonville Jaguars at home Sunday. The Jags are red hot. They've won 5 in a row. The Colts now have dropped. Actually, the Jags have won 6 in a row. The Colts have dropped 5 in a row. Stealing more than $2 million from an Indiana nonprofit is what one woman is accused of doing. Here's John Herrick.
Court documents say Teresa Swass systematically embezzled more than $2 million from her employer over the course of 17 years. That employer was a nonprofit insurance statistical agent based in Indianapolis. Investigators say she carried out the scheme through 13 fraudulent wire transfers to herself, averaging more than $33,000 a transaction and reaching as high as $66,000 in a single transfer. Swass pled guilty to wire fraud, so she was sentenced on Monday to almost 3 years in prison. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic and weather together in 1 minute on a Tuesday morning at 6:04.
Do you suffer from sore feet, back, knee, or hip pain? The Good Feet Arch Support System has helped many people find relief, like Tim.
I'm always telling my colleagues who have sore feet, this is the greatest thing. I'll even take my shoe off and show them. And I believe in the product so much. When you have something that works, you kind of want to share it with people. It worked for me, maybe it can work for you.
Or do you wake up at night with heel pain, like Crystal?
I would wake up in the middle of the night with all kinds of pain in my heels and in my arch. So I went to the Good Feet store. And ever since then, I've been pain-free. I wear them every day. I wear them when I walk, at the gym, when I work. They're great.
Get back to walking, working, and exercising, and imagine a life without pain. No shots, no surgery, no medication. You've got nothing to lose but your pain. Stop into the Good Feet store today for a free fitting and test walk. We're located in Castleton by the Fashion Mall or in Greenwood, just off the 65.
Thanks to the Good Feet store. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
All right, check it out. A crash on the northeast side. It's northbound 465 at I-69. Crash on the exit ramp. The ramp is open. It's partially blocked. And then we continue to slow on northbound 69 up to 82nd Street. Taking a look at inbound 69 from the northeast side. Just fine from State Road 37 down to 465. 4-minute trip and continuing on Minford Boulevard until it takes Fall Creek Parkway. That's going to be about a 13-minute drive as you make your way down from 465 to Meridian Street. Traffic sponsored by Super Sure. Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but super sure. Coming soon. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Wish TV meteorologist Marcus Bailey. Good morning. How does the weather look?
Craig, good morning to you. This day before Christmas Eve, it's a little drizzly and foggy, but I'll tell you what, it's mild. We're right around 50 now. We push close to 60 this afternoon. A little breezy. We'll go partly cloudy eventually. Some sunshine will break through. It should be a really nice Tuesday afternoon. Tonight, partly cloudy. We'll be a bit colder, a low down to 35. We made some adjustments a little bit here for the temperatures for the next couple of days. Wednesday, Christmas Eve, mostly cloudy for the day. I do see some rain chances arriving in the evening hours. It's going to be a bit cooler, but still above average, a high of 50. Christmas Day, a little bit cooler than previously forecasted, so well above average. Some morning showers, otherwise a lot of cloud cover, a high of 57. Friday will be the really warm day with scattered showers on and off through the day. Friday's highs into the mid-60s.
Thank you very much, Marcus. It is 6:07 Tuesday morning. Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins filling in. Thrilled to be with you over the holidays. Thrilled to be hanging out with Matt and Carl, too, as you'll hear from them throughout the show. And they hang out here every day on this radio station and this radio show. All right, first, I do want to play audio of President Trump talking about how he seized 1.9 million barrels of oil from Venezuela. This happened earlier this month, and we're going to keep it. That's essentially the answer. I'm wildly amused by this stuff. I'll tell you that. And here's the thing. And I'm going to talk about this maybe more at some point today. I know that I mentioned from time to time I work other radio places. And there's a deranged radio caller to a place that I work. He tries to call in multiple times every day, multiple phone lines. He disguises his voice. It's insane. And he's a hardcore lefty guy. And every day he calls in, he's got some weird attack against Trump. And one of the weird attacks is this one, the thing about the oil and how we stole it from Venezuela. And here's what's funny to me about these topics is how much it makes people like that mad. Like, truthfully, does the U.S. have the right to keep it? Yeah. We're saying that we were trying to investigate things. They were in places they weren't supposed to be. Venezuela said no, so we said no back. And as the United States, with the power we have, our no was louder. And so we're capable of doing this. But it's just funny to me how this small topic where, say, a vast majority of Americans aren't even going to think about oil that the U.S. took from Venezuela. Like, it's not going to be in your holiday mind at all. And yet some people are going to be deranged and lunatics about it and saying how it's the latest thing that proves that Trump's a horrible, terrible person. So he was asked about this because it feeds the narrative on the left. And his answer was awesome. It's like, yeah, I don't know. We're going to keep that. We might sell it. We might add it to our strategic reserves. It doesn't really matter. I don't care that you're upset. We took it. It's ours now. Get over it.
Yes.
Speaking of Venezuela, oil, what are we going to do with the oil that we have?
Going to do with what?
The oil that has been seized. The United States seized 1.9 million barrels of oil on December 10th.
We're going to keep it.
Where's it? Are we going to sell it or put it in the strategic?
Maybe we'll sell it. Maybe we'll keep it. Maybe we'll use it in the strategic reserves. We're keeping it. We're keeping the ships also.
I love every part of that. He's like, yeah, we're just keeping it because it's not at the grand scheme of things as big of a story as people are going to make it out on the left because all they want to do is attack Trump for it. So I love those moments, truthfully. And I think a whole lot of people that maybe the left get mad at, the MAGA people is what they call them. Even though I think that that's a crazy term or a silly thing to refer to people as, because I don't think that there's anyone that's a monolith like that. And whatever they boogeyman think that term means, it doesn't mean that to people who voted for Trump, who won the popular vote, by the way. The other thing that's always funny to me when you deal with the hardcore deranged lefty people is that they hate to admit that the popular vote this past election actually also went to Trump. So what does that mean about what side of a lot of these topics people wind up on? They vilify Trump and then they realize that they might be in the minority on some of those opinions. But anyway, the thing that I love most about this is that we have every right to do a lot of the things that Trump does. I will get to the battleships a little bit later on in the show and how he named them after himself. Because so oftentimes the biggest complaint I have about politics is how inauthentic they are, how much they lie, how ridiculous it is to scream and yell that this side of the political party, whatever side you're on, right or left, is the honest people and that everybody else is a liar. And you just have to look for maybe 5 minutes online to find a lie by your own side. Both sides tell lies. I'm not going to pretend they don't. But what I love about this is that when President Trump is confronted with something where he can understand that the narrative is designed to try to criticize him at all costs in any way whatsoever, he doesn't care. He just looks at them like, yeah, I don't know, whatever. Move on to the next thing. And the left will go crazier about it. And the right will laugh about it. And will keep voting people like Trump into positions of political power because they upend the stupidity of that system. That is the biggest reason that things like this wind up being entertaining. I don't really want or care. Like, I'm not for or against the U.S. seizing a whole bunch more oil from Venezuela. I am for the U.S. doing something to force Venezuela to behave differently. They are a dangerous country. They are a corrupt country. They have extreme poverty. All these things happen because of the communist rule that exists there and the people that are in power that are dangerous. So I like that we're putting pressure on them, whatever way we're doing it, from a simply philanthropic place. But beyond that, too, the thing that's most entertaining to me is that Trump will occasionally look someone dead in the face and say the thing that everyone claims is unpresidential, when in reality, it wildly entertains everyone who wishes more people would act this way. Even if I didn't agree with your opinion, you just wish more people would act that way and not cater to or fold to whatever the narrative is that they think they have to be obedient to. And actually, on that note, coming up later on in the show, we will talk about CBS and the dangerous, horrible person that's in charge of CBS now, according to the left. She's certainly no communist or no conservative or communist. She's certainly no conservative. And yet there's a story out there about CBS and 60 Minutes. And I think it's wildly entertaining, yet again, the narrative that exists today and the likelihood that this story inevitably will be on television at some point. It just wasn't on 60 Minutes this past weekend. But all right, we'll talk about a lot of things. Take a break. It's the holiday. We're going to have fun as much as we can, or it's the holidays. Merry Christmas to everybody out there as we get closer to Christmas Day. Quick break, a lot more. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC.
This is Gary Dick. Fishers continues its growth into a life sciences hub. Plus, River Ridge Commerce Center hits a major milestone. Those stories and much more at 6:32. Inside the Indiana Business.
The Indianapolis real estate market is strong, but not easy. Now is a good time to sell only if you hire a real estate team that knows how to aggressively market your home, like Mark Dietel Realty. You want a fast, guaranteed, no-hassle home sale, but don't want to give up hard-earned equity to do it. Mark Dietel is the real estate expert trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed-upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. Pick your move date. No long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Michael in Speedway says, I loved my Speedway home and I raised my family there, but it was time to sell and downsize. I met with the Mark Dietel team and they explained their amazing marketing plan and I was convinced. Just like the Speedway, things moved fast from there. After just 3 days on the market, I accepted an offer for $11,000 over asking price. Call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended. The agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. That's Mark Dietel. Call today, 317-755-4232 for all the details or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, D-I-E-T-E-L.
Hey guys, it's Rob
MarkDietel.com.
for Wheat Grow Hair Indy. You know, champions just don't show up. They pick the right team to get the best results. And when it comes to restoring your hair, We Grow Hair Indy is that team. You know, 5 years ago, I made the choice to head over to We Grow Hair Indy. And every time I look in the mirror, I'm so glad I did. You know, guys at the top of their game, radio personalities, coaches, and well-known athletes have all trusted We Grow Hair Indy to restore their hair. Why? Because their results are permanent, natural, and speak for themselves. Here's what you do. You call today, 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Schedule a totally free, no-hassle, no-obligation consultation. Darren and the gang, the fine folks at We Grow Hair Indy, will take a look at what's going on top of your head and make some suggestions on how you can get your hair and your confidence back. Then it's up to you. In the meantime, see some other folks who have made the choice to get their confidence back by heading over to WeGrowHairIndy.com. 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995.
Matt Bear, how do the roads look?
Pretty good, Craig. We do have a crash on the northeast side. It's northbound 465 going to I-69. So it's the exit ramp that's partially blocked right now. It's open, and there is a little bit of a slowdown as you go northbound 69 on 82nd Street, but once you're through that 3/4 of a mile, you're good to go. Also, looking at northbound 65 coming up from Franklin this morning. Good morning, Johnson County. Drive safely. We look good from State Road 44 up to 465 on the south side, and that's coming in at about 14 minutes right now. Traffic sponsored by Super Shore. Traffic sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is inside your Macy's store where you can find last-minute gifts for under $20. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Cloudy, gradually becoming sunny today. A high of 58 is in the forecast right now. I think Marcus Bailey was saying it might even get up to 60. So 50 right now in downtown Indianapolis. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating and Cooling Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
Neighborhoods are popping up everywhere, but if you want something different than what you're currently seeing, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, can build you a unique custom home on your own private lot or anywhere you can bring your own builder. They've built hundreds of homes across central Indiana. Visit Joyner Homes Model Homes or go to joynerhomes.com to see floor plans and pricing and more. With Joyner Homes, you can even start from scratch if you want. Check out their 5-star Google reviews and visit joynerhomes.com.
Take a break from the holiday gift wrapping and catch the Pacers on Tuesday.
Nembhard has it, picks up the dribble, goes to Walker. Can he hit another one?
Yeah.
Oh, my! He's got a career-high 21 points, and it's an 8-point game.
The Pacers battle the Bucks on Tuesday at 7:30. It's the final time that Miles Turner and the Bucks visit Indy.
Siakam sends it to the right edge. There's nobody on Neesmith, and he makes him pay with a 3-ball.
Get your tickets at pacers.com/tickets. Pacers Bucks, Tuesday at 7:30.
Life can be full of risks. One thing you shouldn't take a risk with ever is your family's health insurance. If you're self-employed or you now need affordable health insurance, you need to make this free call right now and see how the Health Insurance Helpline can help you get it. We specialize in helping the self-employed and people just like you that need affordable health insurance to get it. We have short and long-term health insurance plans, and some even cover dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Don't take a risk with your family's health insurance. It's not worth it. If you're self-employed or now need affordable health insurance, call right now and learn for free how to get it. Listen, affordable health insurance plans for everyone just like you are a free phone call away. So give us a shout right now.
800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. 800-659-7540. That's 800-659-7540.
Do you need furnace or heat pump service? Need to find a local well-trained expert you can trust, like Price Point Comfort Heating and Cooling? We'll find that independent American Standard Air dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
It only takes a second to be involved in a car accident. And when the worst happens, there's only one person that matters, and that's you. So when you're looking for a law firm, hire one that has the power and experience to get you the maximum settlement. We've been fighting the insurance company for decades. At Keller & Keller, we fight to win, and winning matters.
1-800-2-KELLER.
Keller & Keller, the name you know.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
It's Christmas. Baby, please come home.
Tony Katz, the morning news, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins filling in. Thrilled to be with you. There is a Matt. There is a Carl who are also a part of this show. Matt is also a part of the Matt and Craig Excellent podcast, which is just an amazing thing that you should check out this holiday season, I think. It is. Thank you, Matt, for laughing.
Right out of the gate. I love it. Yeah, there you go.
Why not? Hey, it's one of the ways to introduce you, right? That's on your, you have other stuff too. You do the, what is the sobriety one again?
Yeah, supporting sobriety. Yes.
Thank you.
It's true. Everything you said is true. So that's a good point. I think that's okay. Yeah. It works for me.
Yeah. This is your first pop up on the show today. I figure I need to introduce you, professionally and whatnot.
Very
And
kind.
you happen to be, you're welcome. You happen to be a big part of the Matt and Craig Excellent podcast, which is, I think, taking the iTunes charts by storm. I've heard. I'm not really sure.
Right.
That's true,
They even
but
put
I've
it on
heard
Billboard. It was so popular.
We should get one billboard man in Indianapolis.
If
That
you
would be
win Time Man of
fantastic.
the Year, I'm not going to be upset. I'm going to be very happy for you.
Fantastic. Me too. For you too. We're both going for it. Anyway, let's talk about some crazy stuff out there. This entertained me a lot. I don't know why. I don't think there's a lot of robo taxis yet in Indianapolis. There's not a lot of robo taxis a lot of places, but they are in California, specifically in San Francisco. And apparently a big power outage a couple days ago, which knocked out a bunch of traffic lights, knocked out all kinds of things, made all the robo taxis stop in the middle of intersections, just anywhere they were. So massive roadblocks. If Matt was doing traffic in California a couple days ago, you would have gone insane because cars without drivers got confused and all just stopped moving at all, which I thought was hilarious because it demonstrates the problem that will inevitably exist as the computers take over everything. They can't think at certain times. And so I just really love this story. What's your reaction to this?
All they could do is write college papers well. That's all
They crush at those, yeah.
I'm just having these visions of cars just stopped and dead in roundabouts in Hamilton County.
Anywhere.
And in this awful construction zone that's down the one lane each direction on the south side, if a car just stops there. I've been behind a dump truck that just stopped. Wasn't turning.
It's terrible.
And making a line of 3/4 long back to downtown are sitting there like, what the hell is going on? That's just a dump truck that stopped. I can only imagine what's that like and how dangerous it gets if that's happening on the interstates, especially. I mean, 465, it's the angriest interstate in the world, in my opinion. But this ain't California traffic. This ain't that. And I could imagine.
It feels like it sometimes.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, as I reported, I'll drive. I have some time off coming up. I always drive in rush hour because I'm a masochist. Yeah, it's bad traffic out there, as it is here, but that's a whole other animal, man.
Right. Yeah, no. Indianapolis traffic feels awful sometimes. There are occasions where you go through it and you're like, how am I still stopped? How is this still terrible?
No.
The solution, I think, to this problem, by the way, of robo-taxis just stopping is they become free cars. Like you should be allowed to keep it. If it's not moving anymore, someone can break into it, Grand Theft Auto style, and just keep it. If you're in the back seat of it as a passenger, it's your car now. You get to jump to the front seat and drive it, and you get to keep it forever. That would be a nice solution. The companies don't want that. They don't want their cars to go away for free. But the minute they stop in the middle of an intersection and stop moving for no reason whatsoever, that's your car. I think that's the right way to go about this.
I would so legislate this. I think it's a brilliant idea. And make that for any cars that break down. You know, I mean, it's free. It's abandoned. You know, I think about this time on I-70 on the south end of downtown that a Brinks truck. I think it rolled over as one of those money driving trucks. You know, the security truck, and it rolls, and money just went everywhere on I-70 in the west side.
Wow.
And people were stopping their cars.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, this was like 7 or 8 years ago, and people are jumping out of their cars and grabbing all this money, and the state police are like, whoa, that's not good. We're going to have to come get that.
Right, they're probably going to come get it. You're probably not going to get to keep it.
Yeah, but this was back when the cameras worked here in Indiana, the traffic cameras, but I actually was able to see the fence line and all these wads and dollar bills or whatever kind of bills they were just wadded into this fence. It was bedlam. It was surreal to see.
In the back of your mind in that moment, how bad did you want to leave work and go to that fence?
Oh, I had a surrogate.
Okay, you paid a guy. Like I know where the money is. You got to give me half.
It's like this job's making me money one way or another. I don't care
there
how.
We go. We're getting that Matt and Craig Excellent Podcast billboard, baby.
Yes,
yeah, we're getting it.
Yes.
Yeah. That was 3 mentions in one segment. I just want to make sure we know
you're on your
counting.
game.
Thank you, sir. Real quick before we take a break, and I'll talk about this more in a bit. People have no idea what day it is starting today. Apparently, throughout the rest of the holiday season, as people don't work. More often than not over the next couple weeks, they completely forget what day it is.
It's
so that's
Monday,
a brand
right?
new study. yeah, Carl, whatever you say.
He's the
I do
producer.
like that.
He gets to say.
I do like that a lot. So maybe as we go, since I'm filling in for these 2 weeks, at some point we'll just have people call in and guess what day it is because apparently they might not know. But we'll get to that at some point later. I will take a break. Matt's got traffic. A lot coming up. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News. 93 WIBC.
All right, rock on, Craig. Looking at the northeast side, crash on the exit ramp from northbound 465 to northbound 69. That does create a slowdown up to 82nd Street. And everything else looking pretty good right now, guys. Westbound 70 is fantastic from Meridian out to the airport. Indianapolis International, 9-minute trip right now to that collector ramp. So if you're shuttling people from the downtown hotels, hey, you're going to make some money this morning. Happy to say. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hammer and Nigel show this afternoon, the annual reading of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and the biggest stories of the day, 93 WIBC.
Holiday savings are in full swing right now at Tom Roush Lincoln with our 999 sale. $9,000 off a new Lincoln Corsair, $9,000 off a new Lincoln Nautilus, or $9,000 off a new Lincoln Aviator. Your choice of any of these great luxury cars, $9,000 off. Come on in to Tom Roush for those holiday savings. And Merry Christmas from our family to yours.
Corsair stock number L25277, MSRP 5220. Nautilus stock number L25270, MSRP 57235. Aviator stock number L25246, MSRP 65. 165. See dealer for complete offer details.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Helzberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is gonna be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at Helzberg.com for up to 50% off.
At Busey, banking is about more than numbers. It's about relationships. For over 150 years, we've been helping individuals, families, and businesses reach their goals with personalized service and local decision-making. Whether you're opening your first account or planning your next big move, we're here with the tools and support to help you move forward with confidence. Busey Bank, your partner for life's moments, both big and small. Member FDIC.
This holiday season, give the gift of Indy's most iconic dining experiences. Now through December 31st, Hughes Culinary is offering a 20% bonus gift card with every gift card purchase of $125 or more. That's 20% more to give or keep for yourself.
And gift cards are available at all Hughes Culinary restaurants, St. Elmo Steakhouse, Harry and Izzy's, the HC Tavern and Kitchen, and 1933 Lounge. You can also order online at HughesCulinary.com. Make the season unforgettable with gift cards from Hughes Culinary.
Hey, what's up? Hammer here. Look, the holidays can be fun, but they can also clutter up your house. You got to get some of that stuff out of there. And this is where Rubbish Works come in. Whatever you've got, you point and they come and pick it up. It could be furniture. It could be a construction site. Maybe you just want to declutter. Rubbish Works, 317-207-2749, or go to rubbishworks.com. Use the promo code HAMMER to get $25 off and declutter that house.
Lose weight or stop smoking with hypnosis, guaranteed or your money back. Only $59.99. Destroy unwanted cravings, late night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Also destroy your desire to smoke without cravings, irritability, or weight gain, or your money back. Hypnosis, January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss of 5:30 p.m., stop smoking at 8. And January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss 11 a.m., stop smoking at 2. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
The real spirit of Christmas is the goodness we feel in our hearts and share it with the world. Merry Christmas from Pierce Jewelers. May you have a peaceful and blessed new year.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
What the U.S. military is saying about people smuggling drugs. Your radar is clear in downtown Indianapolis where it's 51 degrees. We're going up to 58. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30. The U.S. military says its operations have targeted boats carrying drugs into the country. The latest strike brings the total to 29.
U.S. Southern Command says one man was killed. The death toll now topping 100 as the administration doubles down on Operation Southern Spear. The president not mentioning to reporters what his ultimate goal is, but he's issuing a warning to Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro.
He could do whatever he wants. It's all right. Whatever he wants to do. If he wants to do something, if he plays tough, it'll be the last time he's ever able to play tough.
That's Fox's Madeline Rivera reporting. She also says some Democrats are calling the U.S. actions on these boats war crimes, saying people are being killed. A new class of nuclear-capable battleships designed for the United States Navy will be known as Trump-class battleships. During the announcement for Mar-a-Lago on Monday, President Trump said they will be the most lethal battleships the world has ever seen. No one won the top prize in Monday night's Powerball drawing,
which means the jackpot now rises to an estimated $1.7 billion for Wednesday night. There were some match $5 million winners, though, in Florida, Georgia, Illinois, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, and Wisconsin. The most recent jackpot win on September 6th saw tickets in Missouri and Texas share a $1.787 billion grand prize. That was the second largest in Powerball history. The largest Powerball jackpot ever awarded was in 2022 when a ticket in California won a $2.04 billion grand prize.
And that's Fox's Ted Linder reporting. Barry Manilow says he is battling lung cancer. In an Instagram post Monday, the singer said the cancer was found when he underwent an MRI after getting bronchitis. Manilow said the cancerous spot on his lung was found early. He will undergo surgery to have it removed. I'm Ryan Hedrick, on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Traffic, weather, and sports together in 3 minutes. It's 6:32.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. Since 2021, 8 life sciences companies have invested more than $1.2 billion to start or grow operations in Fishers. Incog Biopharma Services is the latest to invest in the fast-growing Hamilton County city, committing to a $200 million expansion. Incog currently has 400 employees and expects employment to grow to 1,000 in 5 years, says Mayor Scott Fadness.
I think we can have $1 billion worth of investment in our city and around life sciences, and I think we can grow great jobs here, and we've been focused on that really for the last 4 or 5 years. And the job growth, the investment, the future opportunities, I think sets Fishers on a tremendous trajectory moving forward by focusing on the life science industry.
Mag Iron LLC, a supplier of low-carbon iron units headquartered in Minnesota, says it has inked an agreement to acquire an iron ore pelletizing plant near the White County town of Reynolds. The company declined to disclose financial terms of the deal, but expects to add about 160 jobs upon restarting operations. In southeast Indiana, the River Ridge Commerce Center has hit 20 million square feet of developed building space. The former Indiana Army ammunition plant in Jeffersonville is now a mix that includes an $800 million Meta data center and a cheesecake factory manufacturing operation. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Indiana University is shaping the future of healthcare with Hoosiers in mind. Advancing discoveries that become treatments for Alzheimer's, obesity, cancer, and rare diseases, and training the providers trusted to deliver them. From the lab to your local clinic, IU powers medical breakthroughs and the talent behind them. Discover how IU is solving what's next at iu.edu/impact.
Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gary Dick, coming to you this week from Northwest Indiana, Jeffersonville, Muncie, South Bend, in downtown Evansville, Terre Haute, Fort Wayne, Richmond, from one of the state's key entrepreneurial and innovation hubs, 16 Tech.
Inside Indiana Business, Indiana's business news leader. The University of Notre Dame has been awarded a nearly $51 million grant from Lilly Endowment to support the development of an ethical framework in the uses of artificial intelligence. It's the largest private foundation grant the university has ever received. Notre Dame says the grant will fund the further development of a shared faith-based framework that can be drawn upon to discern appropriate uses of AI. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
Yeah, crash clear on the northeast side. The one on the exit ramp from northbound 465 to I-69. That crash is cleared. And northbound 69 looks good again. We had a small delay here, but traffic has cleared out as well. On the south side, northbound 65 slows after Raymond into the south, but that's a road construction zone. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. It looks like it's going to be a unseasonably warm next few days. Cloudy, gradually becoming sunny today, a high of 58. 50 right now in downtown Indianapolis. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating and Cooling Weather Center of 93 WIBC. With sports, Brian Hedrick.
Craig, good morning. The Indianapolis Colts losing streak keeps growing. Last night they jumped out early when quarterback Phillip Rivers found wide receiver Alec Pierce for a 20-yard touchdown, but a late interception helped San Francisco pull away for a 48-20 27-win playoff hopes for Indy are slipping.
What we've been asked to do is give our best effort. And so that's what has to be done, these next few days of preparation, which on a short week with Christmas on Thursday and then a division opponent that's on fire right now. So we'll have to bounce back in a hurry.
Rivers pass for 277 yards. The Colts take on the Jacksonville Jaguars at home Sunday. Jacksonville has won 6 straight. They lead the AFC South. Indy has dropped 5 in a row. The IU men's basketball team wrapped up 2025 last night with an 81-60 win over Siena right before the Christmas break.
And that's got to be our priority as we come back from Christmas break here, is clean that up so now we can get out and play and transition.
Darren DeVries talking about defensive rebounding. The IU Hoosiers 10-3. They play Washington on January 4th, and the Boston Celtics beat the Indiana Pacers 103-95. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com.
For 3 generations, the Tom Roush Auto Group has been a family business built on trust, community, and giving back.
This December, we're honored to partner with the Make-A-Wish Foundation, helping bringing life-changing wishes to children right here in our community.
When you shop at Tom Roush this month, you're not only getting a great car, you're helping make wishes come true. Because a portion of every sale goes back to the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
The Tom Roush Auto Group, 3 generations, 1 mission, driving hope forward.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Tony Katz, the morning news, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Thrilled to be with you. A bunch of stuff out there to talk about. Let's do a couple quick things. President Trump revealed a brand new class of boat in the Navy, of a war machine. I don't know what you want to call it. The Trump class. And I enjoyed part of the announcement about this. Yes, he named it after himself. Yes, the left is going insane about the fact that Trump named some military ships after himself. Yes, that's funny to me. It's tremendously funny to me, but here's a little bit of the announcement.
Mr. President, Secretary Hegseth, Secretary Rubio, thank you for being here on a very consequential day. From my very first conversation with President Trump about serving as a Secretary of the Navy, he's talked about the great Iowa-class battleship and why America doesn't build ships anymore with that kind of offensive firepower.
Yeah, baby.
That takes the fight to the enemy. During my time in the job, I've talked extensively with our combatant commanders like Admiral Paparo and Admiral Cooper and our CNO, Admiral Cottle. And what I've learned is that not only is the president's idea a good one, it's something that Navy desperately needs and now has a formal requirement for. The future Trump-class battleship, the USS Defiant,
yeah, baby,
will be the largest, deadliest, and most versatile and best-looking warship anywhere on the world's oceans.
Okay, he definitely was trying to curry favor with President Trump by saying it'll be the best looking too. But it's hilarious to me that this opportunity would land on the president's desk where he wants to build ships and the Navy says they'd like ships and they want to be awesome ships. And then you got to name them. And hey, why not name them after myself? That seems like perfectly created for Trump to really, really enjoy that opportunity. And he's doing that. And again, who cares what the name of the ship is, in all honesty? Does it matter? I think what matters more is that the Navy is getting something that they say they want and need that helps us protect our country, helps us stay safe, and helps us have, something that's, I think, more powerful than the rest of the world, whatever that might be. If it's a collection of ships, just anything that gives us an edge, and they're named after the president of the United States, which again, I don't even think it would be as entertaining to me. Like it'd probably be in one ear and out the other kind of stuff if it wasn't for how the left gets angry and reacts to it. How people, mostly media people, are up in arms. Like, how dare he name it after himself? That to me is wildly more entertaining than the existence of something that it seems like we need and that Trump would uniquely want to create. He's a builder. after all. All right, I want to play this one other piece of audio. This is about the growing controversy that's going on at 60 Minutes. Bari Weiss decided to can something, or at least shelve it is probably the right term, because she didn't think that the reporters at 60 Minutes tried hard enough to get someone from the Trump administration on record. This doesn't mean they won't continue to try to do that and then inevitably air a story without a comment from the Trump administration, which is what the left is trying to tell you. They're claiming right now that it's been canned forever, it's shelved, it was going to harm the Trump administration. It's about Venezuelans who were deported out of this country and wound up in prison somewhere else in the world. And so it's a hit job against Trump in a way. And all the new leader of 60 Minutes wanted was a stronger effort in trying to get the other side of the story, which inevitably to the left is akin to, Nazism or something, some crazy version of dictatorship that they're claiming has now taken over 60 Minutes. This is insane. And you know what? I'll skip the audio. I have audio. We'll play it later. Adam Kinzinger, the annoying, pretending to at one point be a Republican former politician, said that he canceled his 60 Minutes subscription, or his Paramount subscription, because of the 60 Minutes decision. What's so stupid about this is a week or two from now, this report will air, which will demonstrate that Bari Weiss is in no way, shape, or form actually a right-wing conservative. She is someone who I think is, and she said in her resignation letter from the New York Times, radically in the middle. But she just wanted a larger attempt to not tell a narrative of a story, but to actually try to tell the complete picture of a story by putting more effort into the side that obviously 60 Minute opposes, and it used to not oppose in how it talks about this. But anyway, I just thought it was wildly entertaining that they out there in regular media are acting like this is the same as state media that's run in crazy communist places. All right, quick break, a lot more. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC.
Planning on inviting friends and family over this winter? Whether you're hosting a holiday celebration or a New Year's Eve party, you know all about the hustle to get the house looking perfect. But there's one thing you can't fix on your own: the sticking windows and doors, drywall cracks, uneven floors, or mold and mildew smells. Things that stand out. Indiana Foundation Service knows that all of these signs point to major damage building up in your foundation, crawl space, or basement, and it'll only get worse over time. Don't worry. With a free foundation inspection from Indiana Foundation Service, the team's experts will identify your home's issue at the source. You'll want to get ahead of these problems sooner rather than later. Visit IndianaFoundation.com today to book your free inspection with a no-obligation quote included. That's IndianaFoundation.com. Indiana Foundation Service. There's a reason they are the trusted local experts.
Indiana Foundation Service. Reliability from the ground up.
By the time this ad ends, Washington will have burned through millions of your dollars. That's not how we do things in Indiana. I'm Congressman Jefferson Shreve, bringing Hoosier common sense to Washington. I passed legislation to cut waste, save taxpayers millions, and deliver real tax relief for workers and families. Less waste, more money in your pocket.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Matt, how do our roads look?
Pretty good, Craig. We have westbound 70. That's going to be slow. Rural Street into the north split, and south side northbound 65. Stop and go traffic. Raymond Street into the south split because of construction. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Cloudy, gradually becoming sunny. A high of 58 today. Right now in downtown Indianapolis, it is 50. That temperature is brought to you by the American Standard Heating and Cooling Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
Life's full of unexpected joys, like problems with water. That's why there's Michaelis, a crew of 24/7 experts who are rescue ready, day or night, one phone call, for a gazillion disasters. Over 3 decades of restoring your home or business to better than new condition. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Call 844-FIX-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. Their max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These Vapo-Cool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Picture this, you're on a date, and then bad breath happens. Confidence gone. Here's the truth. Most gums and mints are just bad breath Band-Aids, but not Zellman's Minty Mouth. The functional breath freshener you swallow. Tiny dual-action capsules with mint on the outside, parsley seed oil inside, clinically tested to fight the toughest offenders, even garlic and onions. Is only available online. Go to Zellmans.com, Zelmins, Zellmans.com, code FRESH for 15% off.
Start your Sunday at the Slippery Noodle. This Sunday, it's the ultimate Colts tailgate, 9:30 till 1. Great eats, good times, and the perfect pregame party spot. Details waiting for you at WIBC.com.
Tony Katz, the morning news, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins filling in. Matt and Carl hanging out as they do every single morning on this very program, this very show. Most people are already checked out. I saw a survey or whatever research about this. Most people checked out on what day in December is the question. I'll let you guys try to answer it. Was it today? Was it yesterday? Was it even earlier into the month? What say you, Matt Bear? What day do you think people checked out until next year?
Start of the week, it's got to be Monday.
Okay.
Yesterday.
Right. It's that fair enough as a guess. I think I've made it sound as though it has to be this week. It might even be earlier than that. Carl, what do you think? When do you think people checked out in December?
I know that people have checked out Monday. You can't get any service.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's true. People definitely probably checked out even harder Monday of this week. It actually says that people initially checked out in December on December 15th.
Oh.
That's when they stopped. So last Monday, people gave up. And now by this Monday, it's probably even worse. And next Monday, who knows?
We're all working too hard.
We are. Yeah. What are
Everybody
we doing?
listening, stop your cars, turn around, go home.
Yeah, go home, guys. No one cares. No one's doing anything now. The holidays are 2 days away. Why are we even doing radio? No, I'm kidding. I'm actually thrilled
We're
to be
such
here.
an industrious bunch. I pat myself
We are.
on my back.
Yeah. No, dude, if I gave up on these days, I wouldn't have any days to be on WIBC. This is it.
Right.
This is my Super Bowl.
People checked out at Thanksgiving. I mean, this has been going on since the last holiday. It's cool.
There we go. Yeah. I was talking to the missus yesterday about this. She got annoyed that I work so much during the holidays. And I was like, you got to not be sad about that because this to me is great. Like, I would love to be working this often on all these places like the WIBC and some other work that I do. Actually, I can mention it here. I'll be on the Dana Show today. I'll be filling in as the host of the Dana Show that airs on WIBC.
Nice.
Tomorrow I'll be filling in on the Chad Benson Show, which airs at WIBC. Yeah, thank you. At some point, I probably should interview that crazy dude who does a podcast with me again. Although Matt has popped up. Were you on Dana with me? Is that the show we did where you jumped in?
I was on. I had no idea what I thought. I wasn't sure that was. What show did I do with you?
I don't know.
It might have been. It was fun. I know that, but I can't remember what show it was.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways,
we got to do another one. Yeah, we'll do.
absolutely.
We'll do that. Okay, cool. I've just invited you on air, so now you can't say no.
Yes.
Other things out there that I saw. I thought this was interesting. 1 in 5 Americans believe that their current relationship is not the one, meaning that they're dating someone, but they're fairly certain they're not getting married to this person, and yet they're not breaking up with them. 1 in 5, 20% of people actively in a relationship are like, yeah, I'm just seeing this through a little bit longer. I'm just hanging in through the holidays or whatever it might be. That seems awful to me, because if you definitively know that the person is not someone you have a future with, you probably should move on to somebody else, right? That's the right answer.
In fairness to the other person, I think it would be a nice thing to do, if you just say, hey, this isn't working out. I'm not going to take any more of your life space in this relationship that I know that's going to fail.
That I can't possibly see a longer future in, however much longer I decide to stay. I wonder if there's some level of like mental health benefit, and I mean this as horribly as it sounds, like selfishness and a mental health benefit to thinking you're the one who's going to end a relationship whenever you feel like it. Like there's some people that might stay in a relationship where they believe they're going to be the breakup-ee or the breakup-er just because they're not afraid of getting broken up with. And that's kind of awful. There might be something very selfish about that. But I wonder if that's a reason people stay.
It's not you. It's me.
Right. It's me. Whenever I feel like saying
we
it.
never mean that when we say it, by the way. It's very rare. Or we're BSing ourselves, I think, a lot of times when we. Yeah, man. It's narcissistic, I think, to stay in a relationship.
I would think so too.
For whatever reason, other than unless you have some sort of financial arrangement or maybe an arrangement for pass into the country, whatever it is, none of that's any of my business. I'm just saying, as someone, in their 20s was in a relationship and been like, man, I really don't want to be in this relationship and prolong it on and on. It is destructive to both people. It is bad, and it comes out badly, and the breakup is something hellacious. So if it's uncomfortable, but you're used to this person, and maybe you're sharing a lifestyle, and hobbies and bills and everything else. It's complicated, man. At least I'd assume. I've never been married. What the hell do I know?
That's fantastic. Wow, these people aren't married either. These are just people that are dating and deciding they know they're not going to get married, but they're not breaking up.
Yeah.
I do love that you said there's financial potential arrangements, because it sounded like you were referencing what I think the kids call the sugar daddy or the sugar mommy relationship.
Yeah.
And I'm not going any deeper into that topic with you, Matt, but I'm glad that it's been out there. I'm glad that it's put under the ether.
We all know I'd be a sugar daddy if I had the money. I can't even take a woman to Condado's tacos right now. I'm not paying your rent.
Can I? Okay. We didn't intend to talk about this. I can't believe I'm going to say this on the radio, but I am going to say it. You just made a joke, and yet once you get married, like, what is the difference between me and a sugar? I'm asking that question honestly. My wife has access to all my money, and she'll spend it on whatever she wants to spend it on, and I'll just be like, oh, okay, we spent money on that. So I'm asking candidly the question as a married man, happily married. I'm not, in any other relationships. I just have the one woman in the life, but she essentially has the same level of financial access that someone else would. So I wonder why we disparage one of those two relationships so much when the other one is just sort of what inevitably happens.
One is
I'm just
recognized
putting it out
by
there.
The state.
What?
One is recognized by the state.
True.
That's true. You
so
do the
breakup's
paperwork.
more expensive.
You're right. Wow. See, but the relationship is also not cheap, is what I'm saying, Carl. You know this as a married man. Like, she has access to all the money. My favorite part of the holidays is that my wife does all of our shopping, and then I pretend I know what the gifts are that we give people. I have no idea.
Very manly thing to do.
No, dude, it's exciting on Christmas Day when people are opening their gifts. I'm like, man, who gave you? Oh, we did. We gave you that. You're
Craig,
welcome.
You will know that I've bought a lot of equipment recently for the radio in the podcast, and my wife says, "Oh, you think that money just grows on trees?" She's watching all of this.
That's fantastic. Yes. Go ahead,
I
Matt.
was going to recommend you guys start your own personal checking account and don't tell her about it, but I don't think that'll prolong the marriage very much. That's not what a marriage is all about, right? Yeah.
You want me to get murdered this holiday season, Matt? If I had my own secret bank account, I don't even know what would happen. I'm married to a Latina man.
Yeah,
I have
and
no
you shouldn't
idea.
talk about it on the air either.
Yeah. No, I can't even make this joke. I feel like she's going to pop up behind me at some point in the near future. Like, secret bank account, horrible idea. This is why Matt's not married, in one sentence.
Yeah, the truth will set you free.
All right, buddy. You got some traffic for us?
Looking at westbound 70 slow Rural Street into the North Split. That is a slowdown right now, 2 minutes, and then northbound 65 slow on the south side from Raymond into the South Split. That's a construction zone. Crash clear on the northeast side, northbound 465 going to I-69. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
The cold weather has made it to Indiana, and you've noticed that your HVAC system can't keep up. But which way should you go? What system do you need? What size do you need? What's going to work for you and your family? You need Masters Heating and Cooling. If you're tired of HVAC and plumbing companies with confusing offers, Masters keeps it simple. Get a full second opinion from one of their Master Comfort advisors completely free, so you can make your next home decision with confidence and peace of mind. That's a free second opinion along with fantastic opportunities to get a perfect HVAC system tailored for you and your home. How about 0% financing for up to 60 months with a qualified system, or $1,000 off a full system replacement? Talk to Masters Heating and Cooling to get all the details. Call Masters Heating and Cooling today. 317-881-9074. Tell them Tony Cat sent you. 317-881-9074. Masters Heating and Cooling. 881-9074 or online at mastersindy.com. That's mastersindy.com. them.
The Indianapolis real estate market is strong but not easy. Now is a good time to sell only if you hire a real estate team that knows how to aggressively market your home, like Mark Dietel Realty. Perhaps you're worried you need costly repairs or upgrades to sell your home. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. Listen to what Michael in Speedway had to say about working with Mark Dietel. I loved my Speedway home, and I raised my family there, but it was time to sell and downsize. I met with the Mark Dietel team, and they explained their amazing marketing plan, and I was convinced. Just like the Speedway, things moved fast from there. After just 3 days on the market, I accepted an offer for $11,000 over asking price. Call the local Indianapolis agent I trust and recommend, and the agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Call Mark Dietel at 317-755-4232 for all the details, or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark, Dietel.com.
Christmas is almost here, and if you're shopping on a budget, you shop at PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse in Brownsburg. Truly unique pieces you won't find anywhere else, and sale prices every single day. At PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse, you'll find gold, diamonds, gemstones, exquisite, one-of-a-kind pieces, and incredible local artist designs, all within your budget. Your perfect place to shop for the holidays. PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse, 3750 South Green Street in Brownsburg, or online at pajewelers.jewelry. That's pajewelers.jewelry.
Hi, this is
Lloyd,
Jessica,
Robert, and Adam
from Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning in Pittsboro. The Kirby family wishes you the merriest of Christmases and happiest of New Year's. Thanks for your business. We really appreciate it. If you live in Hendricks or surrounding counties and need us, we are always here to help. Kirby services any model, and we proudly install American Standard products. Call us at 317-892-3614.
Kirby is your trusted local independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
Happy holidays from Kirby Heating and Air Conditioning.
For nearly 100 years, Busey Wealth Management has helped families and businesses make smart financial decisions that stand the test of time. From personalized investment plans to tax strategies that work for you, we take a big picture approach, connecting you with the right experts to help protect what you've built and plan for what's next. Busey Wealth Management, here for every chapter of your financial story.
Food insecurity is an urgent problem, one that impacts real Hoosiers. You can help today. Gleaners needs donations. Your contribution goes further with Gleaners. For every $10 you give, Gleaners leverages their resources to turn your $10 into $90 worth of groceries for families who desperately need help right now. Your gift benefits local community members, and every dollar counts. Gleaners also needs volunteers now to help with warehouse distribution. Go to gleaners.org and donate or get involved today.
Coming up in 2 minutes, the scheme that prosecutors say a woman was able to keep going for years. What happened to the Indianapolis Colts on Monday Night Football? What Indianapolis police say they need from you, and why a routine doctor's appointment turned out to be so much more for a Brownsburg woman. After Fox News from the Technology Recyclers Studios, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 7 o'clock.
Another alleged narco-terrorist dead in the water. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and another U.S. military strike targeting illegal drug trafficking boats off the coast of Venezuela. In a crackdown on leader Nicolas Maduro's regime, President Trump says,
"We have a massive armada formed, the biggest we've ever had.
This is now the 29th strike against an alleged drug boat. U.S. Southern Command says one man was killed. The death toll now topping 100 as the administration doubles down on Operation Southern Spear.
Fox's Madeline Rivera.
Russia is pledging full support for Maduro's government as China condemns the United States seizures of 2 oil tankers off the coast of Venezuela.
And the U.S. continues to pursue a third tanker alleged to be carrying black market sanctioned oil. After another round of peace talks over the weekend said to be progressing, trying to stop Russia's war, another bombardment.
Ukraine says it was attacked overnight with dozens of missiles and more than 600 drones. There have been widespread power cuts as a result, particularly in the southern Odessa region. President Volodymyr Zelensky said the Russian attacks were an attempt to damage Ukraine's maritime infrastructure.
Fox's Jonathan Savage, at least 3 Ukrainians reported dead. The Justice Department's released thousands more files from the Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking investigation, but some in Congress are not happy.
Threatening to hold Attorney General Pam Bondi in contempt of Congress or even impeach her.
Republican Thomas Massie and Democrat Ro Khanna say the DOJ is still withholding Epstein files. The DOJ contends it's complying with the law passed by Congress. But even some GOP members say the White House is playing with fire, especially since the files are so important to the Trump coalition.
Fox's Chad Pergam at the Capitol. You didn't hit the Powerball jackpot last night. Neither did I. Nobody won it. So the fortune's even bigger tomorrow night. $1.7 billion, the fourth largest lottery prize ever. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
She stole how much? Your radar is clear. It's 51 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 58. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. After pleading guilty to wire fraud, a former nonprofit CEO in Indiana was sentenced to almost 3 years in federal prison Monday. Here's John Herrick.
Throughout a 17-year period, the Department of Justice says Teresa Swast was in charge of an insurance statistical agent based in Indianapolis, and she would divert company funds to pay for her personal expenses like credit card bills, golf equipment, wine, and luxury travel. Part of that also included an 11-day stay for her at the Four Seasons in Hawaii. Not only does she have to pay more than $2 million back along with the federal prison sentence, Swast also has to pay a $5,000 fine. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Life support. That's how you would describe the Indianapolis Colts playoff chances this morning after they lost to the San Francisco 49ers 48-27. It was a defensive effort that head coach Shane Steichen isn't too proud of.
Yeah, we got to be better. That starts with me. Got to be better. Bottom line, we can't give up that many yards. They scored a lot of points, went up and down the field. We got to get that cleaned up.
Brock Purdy just dissected the Colts secondary, 5 touchdown passes. The Colts have to win the final 2 games of the season and need help from some other teams in the AFC. They play the Jacksonville Jaguars at home on Sunday. 3 young kids hurt in a hit and run Monday afternoon on the city's south side. The crash happened right before 4 at Madison Avenue and East Stop 10 Road. 1 child thrown from a car, 3 taken to the hospital, all expected to recover. The cops said if you saw anything, call the Crime Stoppers tip line immediately at 317-262-TIPS. This morning, the men accused of a crash on Indianapolis's west side that killed a man a couple of weeks ago are set for a bail hearing. Police say the men were racing each other when they ran a red light. One slammed into a pickup, instantly killing the other man. The driver that the guy was racing picked him up. The police arrested both men at a home through flock cameras and investigative work. A common cold quickly turned into a fight for a Brownsburg woman. Here's Johnette Cruz.
Sherry Hall beat a 5% chance of survival after the flu caused her heart to stop. Today, the Brownsburg woman lives with a prosthetic leg and ongoing nerve damage, all stemming from a single season of missing her vaccination. Her husband, Bill, remembers the horrific ordeal.
Once they got her on life support, of course, the machines running her heart. They shut down her kidneys, they shut down her lungs, and the machines were running everything because they didn't want that virus to continue to attack organs.
The virus led to 9 days on an ECMO machine and 41 days in the ICU. The Halls hope their story reminds others that a simple doctor's visit can be the difference between a minor illness and a life-altering tragedy. Johnette Cruz, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
College basketball, IU beat Siena last night 81-60. The football team, the top-ranked football team, will play in the Rose Bowl January 1st against Alabama. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:05. Traffic on the 5s. Good morning. What's going on, Matt Bear?
7 happening, Ryan. Looking at northbound 65 on the south side. Slow after Raymond into the south split. That is a construction zone. Inbound 69 on clear right now. Coming down from State Road 37. What's up, Fishers? to 465. Looking good there. And if you're coming up from Johnson County this morning, northbound 65, pretty fantastic for the moment as you make your way from State Road 44 King up to 465 on the south side. I see no issues. Traffic sponsored by Super Shore. Do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get Super Shore. Not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but Super Shore. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Wish TV meteorologist Tara Hastings. Good morning. How does the weather look?
Hey, good morning. We've got mostly cloudy skies out there right now, even a little bit of some light mist and patchy drizzle.
We will see clouds decreasing for this afternoon, so some sunshine, high temperatures near 58. Partly cloudy skies tonight, lows will fall to 35. And heading into Christmas Eve, look for mostly cloudy skies. A few showers will be possible late, highs near 50. We'll go with a high of 57 degrees on Christmas Day. A few light morning showers could be possible. And then 60s heading into Friday.
Thank you very much, Tara. Right now, it is 7:06 Tuesday morning. Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Thrilled to be with you. A bunch of stuff out there to talk about just a few days before the holiday. I do want to play some audio that's going viral. I think it started going viral yesterday because there's this big conversation about 60 Minutes and whether or not the new people in charge, the new person in charge of 60 Minutes and CBS News is a radical, a right-winger. Because she decided to shelve, not totally kill, but shelve a story that would have talked about deportation and the Trump administration. And the reason she did this was because she didn't think that enough people in Trump's orbit or in his administration were actually, attempted to get interviews with, meaning that the left wanted to tell its version of a narrative story and not actually try to get the other side, and they shouldn't do that. But this little piece of audio has leaked, and it's pretty funny. Or it's been out there maybe for a little while. I don't even know if leaked is the right word, but it's certainly getting a higher focus now because how insanely left-leaning this simple sentence is. So I'll play it for you, and if you can't tell, I'll tell you why it's ridiculous. But here we go. This is part of the 60-minute story that didn't wind up being on television earlier this week that now is causing people to contemplate all different kinds of crazy things and yell and scream in political ways.
Rapid deportations have been a key part of the Trump administration's immigration overhaul. The administration considers anyone who crosses the border illegally to be a criminal.
I want to stop it right there. So that's the sentence that's kind of ridiculous that's on 60 Minutes. The Trump administration considers anyone who crosses the border illegally to be a criminal, is the actual sentence said on television. Right. That is true. That is a crime. You're not allowed to be here. I wish they did that for other stuff. They're like, anybody who shoots one person is considered to be a criminal. And that's just crazy because, of course, it's not. Of course, it makes sense to all of us. And, of course, if something as horrific as an actual, violent crime takes place in news media, the left is going to blame guns and conservatives for that, too. But in this case, like, this person's innocent. How dare you say anything, even though the prerequisite, of the sentence is that they're crossing illegally into our country, which is a crime. I want to play it one more time.
The administration considers anyone who crosses the border illegally to be a criminal.
I find that hilarious. I truthfully do, because it's so ridiculous and how one-sided that kind of thinking is. How brainwashed people seem to be on a certain side of the political aisle that they don't even notice. Or maybe they obviously notice and do it intentionally. It's either or. But some people wouldn't even notice that as they watched that on television and said, yeah, that is crazy that he considers some of the people who committed a crime criminals. Anyway, all right, we'll move on. There are other things out there, as I said, to talk about. And mostly I just am getting so annoyed with this story. But I do quite a bit like the fact that there's this, and then there's now calls to impeach Pam Bondi. And they're calling to impeach Pam Bondi over the belief that she didn't put out enough of the Epstein files. I think that this has long been, at least over the last few months, if not longer than that, been a kind of thing where Democrats actually don't want anything else to come out. They want the conversation to be about the lack of things that are in the public eye that they can tell you exist, no matter what they are. Of course, they want Trump to be in trouble. So part of the left will never be satisfied, no matter how much stuff comes out regarding Epstein, because it won't get Trump in trouble. And so they'll keep telling you there's something else that's been hidden. Someone else is responsible for hiding something. That doesn't mean there aren't still potentially more files and things that should be released. There was a law that was written that did say everything has to come out unless it's actually to protect an ongoing investigation or a victim. And so who knows what inevitably will happen there. But I love the fact that at the end of the day, the real message or real goal of people on the other side of the political aisle from Trump is that they want things or the appearance of things to be hidden so that they can tell you that those things are, of course, all the bits of proof that you don't have that Trump's a bad guy, because they don't care about anything else. They only care about that one scalp, and they've cared about it for a very long time, and they've continued to swing and miss, or like literally shoot and miss, horrifically as it is, when trying to remove the president in any way, shape, or form from our society or from power. They have continued to fail at that. So thank God they've continued to fail at that, by the way, because of how horrific some of those things are. But nonetheless, I will say, and I mean this as candidly as I can, that this will never stop. They'll keep trying to find some version of a story where they can pretend as though the secret is so big that you have to know about it. And as you continue to see the crap that exists within that narrative, hopefully more and more people wake up to how ridiculous that position is. But the Epstein story, and even the resistance to put it out for quite a while, seems to all be playing together to demonstrate how inauthentic the desire was from jump to actually find sex traffickers responsible for sex crimes, which should have been the goal all along. All right, quick break. A lot more coming up. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC.
By now, you've heard about IndianaUnclaimed.gov. It's a way to claim your unclaimed property from the Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division. It's not a scam. It's not houses, boats, cars, or storage facilities. It isn't free money. So what exactly is it? It's your money. It belongs to you, and it's waiting for you to claim it. It's money from unclaimed wages or commissions, forgotten bank accounts, underlying shares, refunds, insurance proceeds, stock dividends, safe deposit box contents, overpayments, certificates of deposit, money orders, and more. The Indiana Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division safeguards those funds while trying to locate and return those funds to the owner or heir. It's your money, you deserve it, and the Attorney General's office wants to make sure you get it. The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220. That's Tony Katz to 46220. Or visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is another recent Boer Remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the active participation that we were able to have in selection of stone for the countertops. Really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com.
Breathe in the wonder and joy of Christmas, where the extraordinary often shines through the ordinary moments, through kindness, care, and compassion. At Franciscan Health, we provide care rooted in faith, love, and dignity, and believe life is a gift and every moment is extraordinary. So take a breath and give thanks as we celebrate the birth of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Merry Christmas. Franciscan Health. Love your extraordinary life.
Matt Bear, how do the roads look?
Pretty good, Craig. We're checking out northbound 65 on the south side, a little bit slow right now from Raymond Street up to the south split. And if you're one of the lucky ones working today, westbound 70, good to go, Hancock County from State Road 9 into 465 on the east side. That looks wide open at the moment. I'm looking through the cameras and can't see any slowdowns right now, so you're looking good. Traffic sponsored by Macy's. Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is inside your Macy's store where you can find last minute gifts for under $20 with new arrivals every day. You never know what amazing deals you'll find. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Man, that delay made me hope that it was the Matt and Craig Excellent podcast. That was, yeah.
What is this podcast you speak of?
I don't know. I've never heard of it before, but I hear it's big. I hear it's a great deal. People should check it out. Anyway, as far as weather goes, which is not sponsored by the Matt and Craig Excellent Podcast either, but could have been. It really could have been. Cloudy, a high of 58 for today. Sunny as well later on in the day. 50 right now in downtown Indianapolis. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating and Cooling Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
Hey, this is Lisa Stofan. Heard the Mark Patrick weight loss hypnosis hype? Well, I attended because my father stopped smoking with hypnosis. Hypnosis eliminated my desire for soda and fast food, made me want to exercise, and I lost 60 pounds in 6 months. My energy level exploded. I went to another session to deal with some other problem foods, and I lost another 10 pounds. In fact, I brought my husband, and he lost weight, and his cholesterol and blood pressure improved. My friend lost 20 pounds her first 2 months.
What are you waiting for? Lose the weight or stop smoking with Hypnosis, guaranteed only $59.99. Hypnosis designed to destroy unwanted cravings, late-night eating binges, boredom eating, stress eating. Hypnosis Thursday, January 29th at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Noblesville. Weight loss hypnosis 5:30 p.m. Stop smoking hypnosis 8 p.m. And Saturday, January 31st at the Holiday Inn Indianapolis Airport. Weight loss hypnosis 11 a.m. Stop smoking hypnosis 2 p.m. Register at markpatrickseminars.com.
Experience the wonder of happy Honda days at Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Lease a 2025 Accord SE for $317 a month and 0 down, or finance as low as 3.99% APR. Prefer an SUV? Lease a 2025 Pilot Sport all-wheel drive for $489 a month with 0 down, or financing as low as 4.49% APR. Don't miss happy Honda days at Great Lakes Honda of Fishers. Tax not included with approved credit through Honda Financial. In-stock new Hondas only, not combinable with other offers. $10K a year, all fees and first payment due at signing. Offer ends January 1st, 2026. See dealer for details.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy
That's a great Christmas song. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins filling in. You have Matt and Carl hanging out as they do every single morning on this show. Let's do a popcorn moment, which is brought to you by Boer Remodeling. Let's go ahead and get this going. All right. The popcorn moment is almost always, I think, although actually I'm not sure. Maybe Carl could even correct this for me. It's usually in the world of politics or news. It's not usually in the world of sports. But today I had to make it in the world of sports because there was something that happened last night, even though I know the Colts lost, and they lost pretty badly by the end of that game. But there were multiple moments that happened, especially in the first half, that made you thrilled to be a 40-year-old guy because Phillip Rivers is a 40-year-old guy, and he did quite well on the field, at least in the first half of that game, for somebody that probably isn't NFL quality anymore. He definitely struggled to throw the ball downfield toward the end of the game, which is a problem. But nonetheless, I have him calling a play and kind of commanding everyone in a pre-snap operation that I thought was amazing. So here is the popcorn moment to me. It was Phillip Rivers on Monday Night Football.
And he was able to get the ball to Taylor for a first down. Set 180. Hi, 80 hot. Hey, Lincoln thump. Lincoln thump.
Get him. Get him.
40. Hey, right. We're good. 48. Del Thompson. Like a traffic cop putting guys in place, and he's got a man wide open. That's Downs.
Yeah, baby. Wide open. Again,
That is
I
so
wish
cool. I ever heard a cadence like isolated like that before. That
Dude,
was really cool.
Why, thank you, Matt. Yeah, it's great. And honestly, it was the popcorn moment for me yesterday. I was watching Phillip Rivers play football on Monday night for the Indianapolis Colts. 5 years after last playing in an NFL game, minus last week. So he's done this now 2 weeks in a row. And shouldn't be as good as he is, even if there were some struggles, as I said, toward the tail end of the game. And probably one of the reasons one of the best teams in the NFL beat up on the Colts. But nonetheless, still, I think a story worth continuing to pay attention to because of how entertaining it is, right? It makes you, as an also 40-year-old guy, feel better. It makes you feel, and I feel like we could do this. We can't. There's no, world, at least for me, where I could suit up and be an NFL quarterback. But Phillip Rivers doing it makes the crazy part of my brain think, I could probably do it, maybe for a drive or something. And the answer is, of course, I can't. But that's the reason I enjoy it so much.
Yeah, I liked it too, especially from the 40-year-old man and a Colts perspective. It's, we were told so many times, at least I was in my 20s, or maybe nobody told me anything. I just had this misguided perception of people in their 40s that it's over, baby.
Yeah.
Do you remember? I remember my folks having these over-the-hill parties, and there would be black balloons with the number 40 on them. And it's like, wow, this is really sad, but everybody's getting drunk and partying. Yeah, over the hill. Like, what is this sad or happy? I don't know.
I don't know. I can't tell.
But it's so not true. And
I know it's not. There we go. Let's do that.
Yeah,
let's lift
it's
everybody
so
up.
not true. And I know Craig Collins or Matt Baer aren't going to be an NFL quarterback. Now, Showbiz will be. Showbiz could absolutely be
of course.
NFL
Carl
quarterback.
could suit up tomorrow.
Absolutely. But just the fact to see him go out and do this.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, Matt. Wait a sec. Carl's also in charge of the sounders. That was a correct sounder. Is that all you played there, Carl?
Yes.
We said you could be in the NFL.
Oh, absolutely. I can
right.
suit up right now when Phillip Rivers goes down.
Bravo.
I love that he didn't even chime in, Matt. He's just like, it's going to play a correct sound of that. Go ahead, continue, Matt.
No, I was just going to say, but as a Colts fan, Phillip Rivers gives us something to be excited about because I don't know if you followed this or not, Craig. This season has careened in a way that's just been heartbreak. And, we're Colts friends. We're used to heartbreak. I mean, we had the Super Bowl, Hank Baskett fumbling the football. We lost that Super Bowl to the Saints. We know this kind of stuff. But to be so good and to be so dominant and to be the exact opposite for the second half of the season. Hey, at least there's Phillip Rivers to cheer for. At least Phillip's there, and we can all get behind him. He really wants to be there. He seems like an indie guy, so we're cool with it. And hopefully he'll not hurt himself these last two games.
Not just because I occasionally work at WIBC in Indianapolis, but because Daniel Jones is a former Giant who was terrible for the Giants and great for the Colts. I was actively paying attention to the Colts at the beginning of the year when they and Daniel Jones both seemed incredible. So, it's definitely heartbreaking toward the end here. And it's nice to have something that still excites you. If you don't think the Colts are going to win on Monday night, at least you can watch Phillip Rivers play on Monday night. It doesn't make anyone else on that roster feel great, as we said yesterday, like the Riley Leonards of the world, that they have a future in Indianapolis. But let's not care about that. That doesn't matter because it is fun. And it was really cool to see the Colts hang in at least for half of that game last night. All right. Some other things out there just quickly to talk about. I thought this was interesting. A poll came out of the UK that said that people are now overwhelmingly turning to artificial intelligence for, I'm going to call it relationship advice. It's actually much more adult than that, the advice that they're turning to AI for. But it's a morning show, so let's go with the relationship or love advice. We can call it love advice. The biggest reason that people are turning to AI and not friends or even the person you're in a relationship with to discuss love is because the AI is non-judgmental. Anything you tell it, anything you want to ask questions about, the AI will lean in. And real people don't always lean in when you tell them weird stuff that might exist, again, in the world of, and air quotes this time, love. Any thoughts on AI being the place that people now turn to ask questions about adult topics?
Yeah, that's not going to work.
No,
it's not going to work at all. I think about this. It's like putting a cheat code, to your relationship, being an old school gamer and, back from the original Atari and NES days where you put in codes and all of a sudden you'd have massive amount. It's kind of the same thing to me. I mean, you're not doing this and getting advice with resistance. That's what therapy's for. But to actually get relationship advice when you should be talking to the person, I don't see how that works. I mean, especially when there's not any pushback. That's not a fight. That's just, making your side even stronger. That's all you're doing.
Right. Well, and even more so, getting advice from an AI is not going to actually help you in the conversation with the missus. Like, she's not going to care when you get to the point where you're like, hey, but AI said this was okay. She will absolutely slap you in the face.
That doesn't work.
And tell you you're a moron. Right. And I do love the fact that you also said codes don't work, because I should try the Konami code on my wife sometime. In the middle of a fight, I should just say out loud, up, down, left, right, BA start, and see what happens. And when she doesn't do anything different, that means the Konami code, famous in gaming, does not work.
That code gives you 30 lives, and she will take all 30 of them away from you. I guarantee you.
In Contra, it gives you 30 lives. I love that. In other, me and Matt like video games too. You can hear about that on the Matt and Craig Excellent podcast. All right, we'll take a break. Matt's got traffic. More coming up in a bit.
All right, fellas, looking at the south side, northbound 65 slow from Raymond into the south split. That's a construction zone. Really happy with what we're seeing on 465 here this morning, other than the construction zone on the northeast side and parts of that end at the end of the year. And we'll get more into that the closer we get. But 465, 52.7 miles, looking fantastic right now, even on the south side as we move east-west on 465 from the 70-65 interchanges. Everything working well at the moment. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hi, I'm Lexi, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. We'll help you find last-minute gifts that don't look last-minute, even if you're still planning to propose. At Shane Company, we'll show you perfect gifts at perfect prices, in stock and ready to give. Like hand-matched diamond studs, 14-karat gold chains, or the ultimate gift, a beautiful engagement ring. We have longer store hours, so you can skip the crowds and shop when you want, or visit us at shaneco.com. Because a friend wants you to be a holiday hero. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Do you need furnace or heat pump service and need to find a local, well-trained expert you can trust, like Family Heating and Air Conditioning? We'll find that American Standard air dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
Guys, what are you waiting for? For that special Christmas gift, let Pierce Jewelers bring that sparkle back into her life with a diamond from Pierce Jewelers. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
This Christmas, remember, the gift of Jesus isn't just a promise for eternity. It's a gift for today. And when Christ was born that first Christmas morning, he brought peace that passes understanding, wisdom, joy beyond circumstances, community, and freedom. And while these gifts don't fit under a tree, they were made possible on the tree that carried the weight of the world, the cross. So make Jesus a priority for you and your family this Christmas. Join us at Life Church as we celebrate the greatest gift ever given. Go to lifechurchin.com for details.
Hellsberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at hellsberg.com for up to 50% off.
If your end of summer plans don't include a trip to Macy's, then you're missing out, because our Labor Day sale has huge savings to wrap up the season in style. Like dresses from Karl Lagerfeld and INC, 100 and under. Plus, just what you need for fall, like Levi's for your whole crew, 30 to 40% off. It's also the best time to update your home with our lowest prices of the season on furniture, mattresses, and more. Hurry in. Macy's Labor Day sale is going on now. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Hey guys, it's Rob for We Grow Hair Indy. You know, when it comes to restoring your hair and your confidence, picking the right team makes all the difference. At We Grow Hair Indy, some of the biggest names in sports, radio, and entertainment trust them with their hair restoration. 5 years ago, I made the choice to head over to We Grow Hair Indy, and every time I look in the mirror, so glad I did. Call today to schedule your free consultation, 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. WeGrowHairIndy.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
There's one name for every home system. Chapman. Heating, air conditioning, plumbing, drains, electrical, and now proudly serving Bloomington. Remember the man for all seasons, and now more reasons. Chapman. ChapmanHeating.com.
Groceries, gas, just about everything you can buy comes with a tax on it. No matter what, the government's always there to take their cut of your cash. Your money belongs to you. That's why Congressman Jim Baird joined with President Donald Trump to pass historic legislation to ensure you keep more of your hard-earned cash. According to the White House, Congressman Baird's vote means Americans will receive a tax cut, saving over $10,000 every year. They'll get no taxes on tips for workers, and families will receive permanent increases to child tax credits and expanded child care access. That means bigger paychecks, a stronger economy, and more prosperity across our nation. To learn more about how President Trump and Congressman Jim Baird are saving American families money and putting money in your wallet, call Congressman Baird's office at 317-563-5567 or visit baird.house.gov.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Guys, what are you waiting for? For that special Christmas gift, let Pierce Jewelers bring that sparkle back into her life with a diamond from Pierce Jewelers. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
The manhunt at Brown University is over.
93 WIBC.
The suspected Brown shooter was tracked to a storage facility where he shot himself dead.
He was using a phone that was obfuscating ability to track it.
What happens next?
4 Republicans broke with their party Wednesday.
Happens here.
Facts compel the federal government to recognize that marijuana can be
Stay in the know.
legitimate when carefully administered.
While you're on the go.
Turned in about 500 voter signatures. Only 19 were real.
Too many young people suffering from the flu and RSV lately.
On air, online, and on Alexa. 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
One political organization is already thinking about 2028. Your radar is clear in downtown Indianapolis where it's 51 degrees. We're going up to near 60 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31. There is increasing public and political discussion about a possible 2028 presidential campaign by Vice President J.D. Vance.
Turning Point USA CEO Erica Kirk telling the crowd at America Fest J.D. Vance is her pick for president in 2028.
We are going to get my husband's friend J.D. Vance elected for 48 and the most resounding way possible.
The vice president was friends with Kirk's late husband, Charlie. While Vance has not declared his intentions to run for president, other names on the Republican side could include Secretary of State Marco Rubio, though Rubio has said he would drop out if Vance decides to run. Democrats could also have a wide-open field of candidates.
That's Fox's Ryan Schmelz reporting in Washington, D.C. More Epstein files out overnight as the Justice Department released about 11,000 documents, including court records, emails, videos, and news clippings. The Epstein Transparency Act, the Epstein Files Transparency Act, rather, required that all documents be made public by December 19th, but leaders say they've been releasing them in batches because of the large volume and the need to protect victims' information. A wheelchair-bound Army veteran detained by ICE in Washington state more than 4 months ago was released on Monday.
Zahid Chowdhury said he was feeling good as he left the Tacoma ICE Processing Center for the first time in months. He was greeted by his wife, who'd been fighting for his release since he was first taken into ICE custody. According to his family, Chowdhury is a green card holder who was detained while at an appointment to become a U.S. citizen back in August. When we previously asked the Department of Homeland Security why he was detained, they told us Chowdhury had hid his criminal history from the U.S. government and also falsely claimed he was deployed to Iraq.
That's Jennifer Dowling in Seattle this morning. And today is Festivus, the offbeat holiday that Seinfeld turned into a pop culture classic. It actually started with one of the show's writers and his dad back in the 60s. Instead of a Christmas tree, there's a simple aluminum pole plus the traditional airing of grievances where you get to vent a little. And yes, plenty of fans still celebrate it each and every year. Sports on WIBC, the Indianapolis Colts, the losses and the injuries keep piling up. They haven't won since their game in Berlin back in November. Last night, they fell to the San Francisco 49ers, 48-27. Now head coach Shane Steichen has to get the team ready to play on a short week for a tough divisional matchup on Sunday.
Yeah, it's tough. Obviously, this league will throw you curveballs and sideways punches, and you got to freaking battle like crazy. And you're going to hit adversity in this league. You got to stay steady through it all. I mean, that's what it is. And you got to keep fighting like crazy no matter what happens. And you got to finish strong no matter what the circumstances are.
In his second game back from retirement, Phillip Rivers throwing for 277 yards, 2 touchdowns. The Colts dealing with 5 key injuries last night. They aren't mathematically out of playoff contention, but they're close. They need to win games. The rest of their games, 2 more. IU raced to a 26-point lead over Siena last night and held on 81-60. Head coach Darren DeVries says the team is still work in progress.
I think as a coaching staff and as a team, we've learned a lot. You know, we felt like there's an opportunity or two that we let get away. But hopefully it was something that we understand why, and it's things that are within our control and we can correct it.
Lamar Wilkerson led the way with 23 points. The Boston Celtics beat the Indiana Pacers 103-95, and the long-running Notre Dame USC football rivalry is ending. Multiple outlets say the schools couldn't agree to schedule a game next year. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com at 7:35. Traffic on the 5s. What are you watching, Matt Bear? Right, and we're on the south side. Northbound 65 is a construction zone, therefore slow. from Raymond into the South Split. And then northbound 465 on the northeast side. It's not bad at the moment. A little bit slow around Penn Pike and East 56. Outside of that, we're looking good. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Cloudy, then gradually becoming sunny throughout the day, a high of 58 today. Right now, it is 50 in downtown Indianapolis. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating and Cooling Weather Center of 93 WIBC. Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Thrilled to be with you. A bunch of stuff to talk about, as always. It is time for our Marketplace segment, which is brought to you by Indiana Unclaimed. Indiana Unclaimed is a great place to go if you want to get free money, which all of us have gotten. I think some more than others on this very program. You're not going to win the Powerball, probably not, but you can get some free cash if you go to Indiana Unclaimed and tell them, hey, I'm pretty sure that Indiana owes me money somehow, even me, who hasn't lived there in a long time. The thing that I found on Marketplace, which I think I forgot to tweet out, for you guys, is an Apple II Woz Edition computer, is what it's called. It's incredibly old. It has the floppy disk stuff that you remember from computers back in the day. It's a collector's item. It is going for $350 on Facebook Marketplace. It's in Carmel, Indiana, where you can get it. I like to call it Caramel, but it's Carmel. Nice. Yeah, I know. It sounds better that way. But anyway, the funniest thing to me about this computer, even though it's a collector's item and it says it's in great condition, completely useless. No one would have any value in doing anything on this thing because technology is so much better than it was back then. But yes, if you want to buy a old Apple computer for $350, you can get one on the internet, online in Indiana.
Does it have a dial-up modem?
I don't think so. I don't think it can go on the internet.
Do I miss the dial-up mode? Oh, you can't go on the internet at all.
I don't think it can do that. Yeah.
You said it was a 250. A 250 would be before internet times, I believe.
Yeah, it's an Apple II.
Yeah,
computer.
an Apple II. Okay.
Yeah, but you could connect to the phone, right, and then have your dial-up modem.
I don't think so. I don't know about this, guys. This looks like the kind of thing
that might kill a computer of that size. I don't know if a modem.
No, like you remember the computers. Well, I don't know who remembers this. Maybe we went to fancier high schools and grade schools than I did. But I remember, like in grade school, you had a computer this bad in the corner of the room that would just take a floppy disk. I think that's all it can do, man. I don't think it can do anything else.
Well, yeah, you'd play Oregon Trail on that little computer and get yourself some good old-fashioned dysentery. And just
well, at some point, you're definitely going to get dysentery.
I mean, that goes for life. Right? It's a rite of passage in my family.
Yeah. Man, you know what? That almost feels like a version of airing of grievances for Festivus, which our newsroom just did a great job of referencing that it's a thing right now. What's your version of dysentery? We can all ask that question. Like, how did you get dysentery this year? It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be the actual disease. It's the bad thing that happened to you because we all get dysentery. That is how life works.
Now, is this a question that I should broach on the way to church for Christmas Eve or wait until after?
I think it's an after church.
Is that an after church conversation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, man, I still feel good about, the candlelight in the church. You remember Christmas Eve services? They're so beautiful when you walk out with the candles.
Beautiful.
You'd be like, this reminds me of the last time I had dysentery.
But no, if we're doing this in the abstract, meaning that it doesn't actually have to be an illness, but something bad that happened to you, do you have a case of dysentery this year, Matt?
Yeah. Okay. Now that I understand.
All right. Do you have one? Is there an example in the last year where you got quote unquote dysentery?
I don't believe so, but there were some times where I questioned it. All
right. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty, so far so good, but the year ain't over yet, Craig.
That's true. I do have one, and I prepped Carl about this topic because I don't know if I should talk about it, but hey, it's not here. It's at a different radio station. So that doesn't count, right? If the thing that I'm talking about and somewhat complaining about isn't at WIBC, then who cares? Here is how I got dysentery this year, if you guys don't mind. I was given a Christmas bonus at a company I've been working at for just a few months. And then someone had to come to me from HR and say I wasn't supposed to get the bonus.
What?
The Christmas, I know. They're like, it's supposed to be people who've been here a year. We're so sorry. We feel terrible. And like, I understand. It makes sense. I haven't been there a year yet. So actually, for the holiday, I have to write a check and give money back to my employer, and everybody else around me got a Christmas gift.
You gotta be kidding me.
No, dude, it's hilarious to me, though. Like, I don't think it's anybody's fault. No one did anything wrong.
It's not your fault. You keep the money.
Well, that wouldn't be so bad.
Your wife hasn't spent the money yet, has she?
Not that I'm aware of, Carl, although who knows. But you know what's funny? To Matt's point, there have been references in some meetings I've been sitting in where some people have been like, we could let him keep it. And you just got to be quiet when you sit there and they say that, because, yes, I would like that approach. Let's just let me keep it. But it's against the policy. Like, the policy says you have to work there a year. I've only been there a few months. So, yeah, nobody's wrong. It's just uniquely odd to write a check to my employer to give them money for Christmas.
My mind is just blown right now. When you give somebody money, you give somebody. How would you? Yeah. And listen, you're the person totally getting jobbed in this situation, no doubt. But how would you like to be the HR person that has to go up to somebody and be like, "Hey, you got to write a check to the company because we screwed up."
Right.
I mean, this is so bad in so many ways, man. Yeah. I mean, this is.
No, dude,
I don't
I'll
want
be
to
honest.
dog anybody, man. I don't want to dog anybody's company.
Don't, because I work for these people. I still work for them, Matt. Don't do anything worse.
Yeah.
I will say this,
they're
though.
a good group, I'm sure, and somebody doesn't know something,
great. Somebody, hit a wrong button. But anyway, the thing that's funniest to me is the day that it happened, my coworkers must have known before I did, because somebody bought me lunch. Somebody gave me like an extra Christmas gift card for a thing. And then eventually the HR person came in. They're like, "Hey, I got to talk to you. That check you got that was bigger than it was supposed to be. Whoopsies. We need that back."
Did you see in your checking? Did you see in your checking account like $5 million?
No, man, it's not like that. No, it's not even close to that. Yeah, no.
You weren't like
not,
adding 2 pennies, subtracting a penny, or anything like that. Okay.
No, it's nothing like that. Good. But again, I do love and I bank with Chime, which this is not actually a promotion for any sort of bank out there, and they're an internet bank, but they pay you early. So I got the money before I even had the pay stub to understand why I got the money. So when they were talking to me about it, I already knew that I was, in fact, paid more than I was supposed to be. Like, that part was already true. Anyway, I just thought it was so funny. That's how I got dysentery, though, this year. I had to give Christmas money back to the people I work for. Anybody else out there have a dysentery story? You can tell us on the internet. You can tell us by commenting on, Facebook or something, and maybe we'll throw some of those out there. The goal is to have fun. I would like for these to be more fun and not sad, but we'll do whatever if we want to do some of those.
It's as if Santa Claus came to your house, gave you a big present, and then came back and go, I went to the wrong house.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
that is see, and we can find humor in this. We can.
No, that stings. That hurts, because that's exactly what it is. That feels bad. Oh, man. Ouch.
Thanks,
Carl.
Matt.
Showbiz. Come on.
Come on, Showbiz. Yeah, no thanks. Plus, by the way, the check that I'm inevitably writing to my work, I am going to put Merry Christmas on the bottom of it, because I have to.
You've got to.
All right.
It's their boat.
I have to do that. All right. Well, we got to take a break. A lot more coming up. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz in the Morning News, 93 WIBC.
Hammer and Nigel here at the 3rd Annual Red, White, and Bowl 2026, presented by Jack Daniels. Friday, January 16th, Hammer at Woodland Bowl. It's going to be amazing.
With your price of admission, you get a pizza buffet, you get a drink ticket, you get 3 hours of bowling, and all the shenanigans that go along with it. And we're helping Hoosier veterans in need. Buy your tickets right now at WIBC.com.
The Indianapolis real estate market is strong, but not easy. Now is a great time to sell, only if you hire a real estate team that knows how to aggressively market your home, like Mark Dietel Realty. Maybe you want a fast, guaranteed, no-hassle home sale, but don't want to give up hard-earned equity to do it. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed-upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. Listen to what Troy in Connorsville had to say about working with Mark Dietel. I was a real estate challenge. I wanted to sell my home over market value and buy a home near my favorite hunting area with land and no HOA close to town. Miraculously, the Mark Dietel team did it all. They found the perfect new home at a great price and sold my current home in 10 days for $10,000 over list price. Call the local Indianapolis agent I trust and recommend, and the agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Call Mark Dietel at 317-755-4232 for all the details, or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark, DIETEL.com.
Matt Bear, how do the roads look?
Pretty good, Craig. We have a bit of a slowdown on the northwest side. It's northbound 465 from 86th Street up to 865. Inbound 69 looking fantastic. Fishers from State Road 37 to 465. South side northbound 65 is a grind before and after Raymond Street. That is because of construction. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Cloudy, gradually becoming sunny throughout the day today. A high of 58, maybe even reaching temperatures of 60, according to the weather we're getting from Wish TV. 50 right now in downtown Indianapolis. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating and Cooling Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
Hey, Pat Sullivan here with a special message from my friends at Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling.
Thanks, Pat. Jack Hope here. You know, 2025 was a year of growth for us as we added HVAC and electrical services to our business. This growth was due in large part to customers like you. Your support, your loyalty, and your trust has shaped Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling into who we are today. Thank you for making this year one to remember and for continuing to welcome us into your homes.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577. For service today. Today.
The real spirit of Christmas is the goodness we feel in our hearts and share it with the world. Merry Christmas from Pierce Jewelers. May you have a peaceful and blessed new year.
Picture this, you're on a date, and then bad breath happens. Confidence gone. Here's the truth. Most gums and mints are just bad breath Band-Aids, but not Zellman's Minty Mouth. The functional breath freshener you swallow. Tiny dual-action capsules with mint on the outside, parsley seed oil inside, clinically tested to fight the toughest offenders, even garlic and onions. It's only available online. Go to Zellmans.com, Zelmins, Zellmans.com, code FRESH for 15% off.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
The Attorney General's Office, reuniting Hoosiers with over $1 million in unclaimed property every week. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov or text Tony Katz to 46220 today.
January 1st at 10 a.m. is the annual New Year's Day firearms auction. Bid now at buyfreegee.com. That's BUYFREIJE.com. License AC31200002.
Step into the spotlight with Dancing with the Stars. Catch the live show at Old National Center Wednesday, February 25th. Reserve your seats and tickets today at WIBC.com.
Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins filling in. Thank you to some people who are sending me Facebook messages about the story I just told on the radio. About my Christmas bonus, not here with this organization that I work with just part-time, but another company I work for that is asking for it back. That was something we were talking about a little bit ago, and I got messages from a few WIBC listeners at Radio Craig C, where you can follow me on social media, saying they feel bad for me. That wasn't the intention of the story, by the way, but I appreciate the pity. It's fine. Other things out there, Matt and Carl hanging out, of course, on the show, as they do every single day. Chipotle apparently is trying to lean in to the ridiculous amount of people who are now taking a weight loss drug, like a GLP-1 type of drug. And they're creating a GLP-1 friendly menu. This is a real story that's out there in the news, and I thought was hilarious. What does that mean? It means that you just have less food. And I think it's basically the same price, or it's more protein heavy food is what they're saying. But the serving size is smaller because you're not likely to finish the typical serving size if you're on some sort of weight loss drug like Ozempic or Wegovy, which says something maybe about the amount of food we normally consume as people compared to the amount we consume when we're on some sort of drug. Anyone want to weigh in on the topic of Chipotle, of all places, trying to lean in to weight loss drugs and how they impact their sales.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
No, it's not.
You go to Chipotle, one, because of the portion sizes, because you think you are eating healthy while you're not.
Yeah.
That's the big thing.
That's true.
And that's their hook. And they have the protein in there, the vegetables, but what they don't account is there's still going to be some grease and some sauces and other things, and that can add up big time.
It's so delicious, though.
Yeah. Oh,
Sorry.
it's amazing, but you can't. What world can you go from big portions to smaller portions? Where is that acceptable? Because it's not going to fly in Indiana, I can tell you that. We like our larger portions, and I like to eat specifically. And it reminds me a little bit of Cracker Barrel earlier in the year. You have this big brand in this audience, in this demographic that you know enjoys your product to death, and then all of a sudden you start making a tweak. This could be a small tweak. It's going to raise the bottom line this much. You make this tweak, and everything just comes down like Tinker Toys.
Yes,
and that's what happened to Cracker Barrel. And Chipotle, I wouldn't say it's as far as removing a logo like Cracker Barrel did, but they're kind of playing in the margins on this one. You got to watch out because you don't want to piss off your main demographic. You don't want to do that.
Yeah. I love that. Cracker Barrel got dysentery this year when they decided to change their logo. Yeah. And now Chipotle might be getting dysentery, or they're probably giving it to you in some way with their smaller portions. All right, I love that. And anyone who has no idea what I'm saying, you missed the last segment, and I'm not doing it again. All right, I'm not going to explain it. Listen to the podcast. All right. New studies also reveal the reason that a lot of men, especially fathers, feel like they're no longer as energetic as they used to be. It seems like this would be obvious as far as the study, but the study asked 1,000 dads over the age of 30 why they think that they don't have the same level of energy to do household chores, exercise, anything. And a lot of them just said, I don't know. I just feel like I can't. And here's my favorite part of this study, by the way. It was paid for by hymns.com. Hymns.com is a website that sells certain things. Yeah, they sell certain things. They're mostly known for romantic pills and whatnot. They're saying that low T is the biggest reason that men are struggling with fatigue and other stuff, and just getting more testosterone is going to fix all those problems. Matt Baer, do you want to weigh in on this one?
Testosterone fixes everything. I mean, that's when you get in your 40s and 50s, testosterone is the elixir. That's the miracle drug right there. I mean, even I shouldn't be saying this. Even when thank you, Carl. Even when I have regular testosterone levels, I want more. There's some sort of desire for me to feel like I'm in my 20s again, and that's just not going to happen at any point. But it is. It puts you in a better mood. It does all of those things. If you have a low testosterone and you're a dude, that's not something. And you're a dude, like there are going to be females with this. If you have lower testosterone, that's something you don't want to mess around with. You want more testosterone. You want that to be level.
You do, yeah. Do you take a testosterone supplement of any kind, Matt? Or you don't want to talk about that?
I quit. It was making me crazy because I did have a regular testosterone level, and all of a sudden I started taking a supplement that wasn't FDA regulated. No, it didn't come from anywhere overseas or anything. It was completely legal and over the counter, but it was too much testosterone, and I was more anxious than what I normally am. So let's say,
gotcha.
Yeah.
God, were you like bursting through walls and stuff, man? Was that what was happening there? Because you said it got to be too much.
I tried lots of times. Brick wall, concrete. It's
whatever it takes.
Yeah, and you're just a little more sensitive to things. It's been years since I've done this.
Gotcha.
But there is a drastic effect, and it's one of those things why it all of a sudden presents highs on a certain level, but the lows are bad too. So you want that to be right. You want that. We always want more, but you want that to be balanced.
I think the biggest reason I might have an overly large amount of interest in this is because I just turned 40, as I've mentioned on this show before, and I kind of want to try some enhanced testosterone. I want to go that road, especially when I read this, like, oh, you're tired in the middle of the day. It's aging, and you could just accept that as normal, or you could load up on testosterone and see what happens. And I feel like the second one sounds uniquely fun to me, although I don't know if it actually will be. I'll probably turn into Matt. I would like to burst through one wall in my life, just one time. Like it doesn't even have to be a strong wall. It can be a very weak wall. I would like to just one time explode from one side of the wall to the other. And I hear testosterone is the way to do that.
When I was in
Wouldn't
my
that be-
20s.
come on.
Yeah, when I was in my 20s, I tried to do a wall run. That was my thing. I tried to run on
really?
a wall, like, a horizontal thing. Yeah.
Like Bo Jackson.
Yeah, I hurt myself several times.
Okay. All right. Let's try it again, Matt. Let's do a viral video, you and me. We can do it to promote the Matt and Craig Excellent podcast. I got it out there again.
One guy runs through a wall, the other one runs on it. There you go.
No, I think both of us are going to fail. Anyway, you got some traffic for us?
Yes, sir. Looking at 16th Street east of Central Avenue. That's a crash. And northbound 65 slows from Raymond Street into the South Split because of construction. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
It's time. You've been putting off that kitchen or bath remodel long enough. What are you waiting for? Get started today with Boer Remodeling. Boer Remodeling customer Kathy had a bath remodel with Boer. Kathy, talk a little bit about your experience.
Our experience with Boer has been terrific. The process was so easy and seamless. When we decided to do a larger remodel of our first floor, Boer was the first company we thought of hiring.
And were you happy with the results?
The results are amazing, and we are so happy with our home and the work that Boer did.
Peter is another recent Boer Remodeling customer with a new kitchen. Peter, what was the best part about working with Boer?
We especially liked the active participation that we were able to have in selection of stone for the countertops. Really came out beautiful. The cabinets also came out very, very well.
The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. They'll guide you through the entire process. Start with a free consultation. Talk to Boer Remodeling today. That's BOOHER, BoerRemodeling.com.
Xfinity is the network you can rely on. Like a close friend who will give it to you straight. The friend who will tell you that new haircut, it's not great. Friends make sure friends get good haircuts. And Xfinity makes sure you get a good deal on Wi-Fi. Xfinity gives you reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at our best price. This holiday season through January 4th, get gig speed Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 whole years. No strings, no commitments. Just super fast, reliable gig speed Wi-Fi with our best equipment and unlimited data included. Save yourself from questionable decisions and save over Verizon and AT&T. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
Yeah, so I've had experience with weight loss medication before, but it was compounded semaglutide. That is not what Premier Weight Loss uses, and I have had no nausea. I'm losing weight, and I feel great. And not just physically. I'm talking mentally as well. I feel good about myself. Hey, with Premier Weight Loss, it's a totally different experience that I've had with other weight loss providers. Their offices are professional and relaxing. You deal one-on-one with a specialist that will tailor a unique and specific plan for your weight loss journey.
Since I've been working with Premier Weight Loss, I've lost over 11 pounds in 1 month. I'm still drinking beer. I'm still eating steak, but the cravings for all the nonsensical other things, gone. I feel better. They've came up with a plan specifically for me. These guys are legit. I've seen it. I'm walking, living proof. PWLindy.com. That's PWLindy.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 101 West Ohio, Indianapolis.
Coming up in 2 minutes, what brought Indianapolis cops to the city's east side late last night? What'll happen inside of an Indy courtroom later this morning? What the Indianapolis Colts are saying about their playoff chances this morning and what IU's basketball coach had to say after their game last night. After Fox News from the Technology Recycler Studios, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It's 8 o'clock.
There are new Epstein files out. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Thousands more. But President Trump, who Democrats keep spotlighting in the investigation, insists.
What this whole thing is with Epstein is a way of trying to deflect from the tremendous success that the Republican Party has.
Congress mandated the files be turned over, but some lawmakers are considering holding Attorney General Pam Bondi in contempt for not handing them all over.
The latest release follows the first group made public on Friday that contained thousands of photos and Saturday's release that held grand jury transcripts. The Epstein Files Transparency Act required the DOJ to release all files on convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein and his co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell by December 19th. But the DOJ says they will instead release them on a rolling basis, citing redactions that need to be made.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. The U.S. military has blown up another boat in the operation targeting narco-terrorists said to be trafficking illegal drugs off Venezuela's coast.
The strike took place on a boat in the eastern Pacific Ocean. One person is said to have died. At least 105 people have been killed in 29 known strikes since early September. Some in Congress and human rights activists believe the strikes are illegal.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. The U.S. also keeps pursuing a third oil tanker near Venezuela, alleged to be carrying sanctioned black market oil. 2 other tankers already seized. Kilmar Abrego Garcia still home in Maryland and can be at least through Christmas, as the Trump administration keeps trying to deport him again after he was brought back to the U.S., then charged with human trafficking.
The judge in Kilmar Abrego Garcia's case told the government they have till Friday to say if ICE plans to try to take him back into custody again, and if so, explain why. The attorney for Abrego Garcia, Simon Sandoval-Moschenberg, says they will then reply to that, after which the judge will determine if she should continue to prohibit ICE from detaining him.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. None of us hit the jackpot last night, so the Powerball fortune's grown to $1.7 billion tomorrow night. That's the 4th largest U.S. lottery prize in history. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A collision on Indianapolis's east side. You have a cloudy sky, but a clear radar. 51 degrees in downtown Indianapolis, going up to 58. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02. A collision between 2 cars on Indy's east side last night left a woman dead. Police say it happened along North Arlington Avenue, just north of 10th Street. The other person involved in the collision stayed at the scene and is talking to police. In about an hour, the 2 men accused of a crash on Indianapolis's west side earlier this month that killed a man are set for a bail hearing. Police say the men were racing each other. Neither one had a driver's license. Police arrested them at a home a few days later thanks to technology, including a flock camera that read the license plates. Christmas Day in Indiana is going to feel a little bit different than normal. John Herrick explains.
On that day, temperatures are supposed to be around 60 degrees all throughout the state.
Record high for the Indianapolis area, 64 degrees for Christmas Day. And currently we're forecasting a high of 63, so certainly right near that record high temperature.
Andrew White with the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says above normal temperatures will stick around until at least the second week of January. He also does not expect severe weather anytime soon. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
A hope and a prayer is what the Indianapolis Colts need to make the playoffs this year after losing to the San Francisco 49ers last night 48-27. Head coach Shane Steichen has a message to his team before their final 2 games.
I told those guys in there, like, shoot, we signed up for 17 of these things, and we got a division opponent, and we're not out of this thing. Until they tell us we're done, we're freaking fighting like crazy. And so we're going to come back in this week, get ready to work, and be ready to go for Jacksonville at home.
And the Colts' last win was in Berlin, Germany in November. They've dropped 5 straight, 6 of 7. They're 8-7 overall. They play the Jacksonville Jaguars at home Sunday. The Jags are red hot and in first place in the AFC South. Even after Christmas, the holiday spirit will still be going strong in Indianapolis. Jake McDaniel has a look at the performers making that happen.
John Kobe is a producer who's organizing a free concert this Saturday night called The Holiday Hangover. It brings together talent from all over, like cruise ship performers and recording artists. Kobe tells Wish TV the timing of the show show is meant to fix that empty feeling that hits this time of year.
We all love the holidays and stuff like that, but when they're over, there's always that sad, well, now what? And you need something to do, so if you want to come and you don't have any money, just come to the show for free.
While the show is free, they're collecting donations to help support widows in Ghana. The event starts at 7 o'clock at Meridian Street United Methodist Church. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
The IU men's basketball team played their final game for 2025, finishing on a high note, beating Siena 81-60. They led by 26 in the first half and struggled a little bit in the second half.
First half, we were getting stops, allowed us to get out in transition, allowed us to get our shooters free. Second half, we weren't quite as stingy defensively. We're taking the ball out of the net a lot more, and the game really just slowed down at that point.
That's head coach Darren DeVries. IU will enjoy the winter break and watch their top-ranked football team play in the Rose Bowl. IU is 10-3. They're back in action on January 4th against Washington. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go. And at WIBC.com at 8:05, traffic on the 5s. What are you watching, Matt Beer?
Yeah, Ryan, we have a crash at 16th Street to the east of Central Avenue. On the south side, northbound 65 slow from Raymond Street into the south, but that is because of construction. Traffic sponsored by Supershore. With Supershore, do you own a small business? You need to hear this. A seismic shift is coming. It's time to get super sure, not kind of sure, not pretty sure, but super sure. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Wish TV meteorologist Tara Hastings. Good morning. How does the weather look?
Hey, good morning. We're starting off with some cloud cover, but pretty mild out there. A little bit of patchy drizzle possible. Clouds decrease later today. We'll get up to 58 degrees. Partly cloudy and chilly tonight, down to about 35. On Wednesday, look for mostly cloudy conditions. A chance for a few showers later in the day with highs approaching 50 and very mild for Christmas Day. We're going to look for highs right around 57 with a few light morning showers, and then up into the 60s on Friday with some scattered showers.
Thank you very much. Right now, it is 8:06 Tuesday morning. Tony Katz, the morning news, 93 WIBC. Almost a Thursday morning. I almost got the day wrong myself. And actually, people now, until the end of the year, will forget what day it is more often than at any other time during the year because the holidays are upon us. All right, let's do a couple quick things. First, I thought this was interesting from Secretary Burgum, Doug Burgum, talking about some of what has been going on in the world as far as farm-related projects are concerned or energy-related projects are concerned. He was talking about windmills and saying that we're going to not use some for a bunch of different security risks. But also, and this is the fact probably most buried in this story, one natural gas pipeline creates as much energy as all 5 of the projects that the Trump administration just shelved, which, of course, the left is screaming and yelling is somehow bad and horrible, and it's a war against green energy or what the crap. But let's play some of this audio from Fox of the secretary talking about it.
We're sending notifications to the 5 large offshore wind projects that are under construction that they're going to be their leases will be suspended due to national security concerns. During this time of suspension, we'll work with the companies to try to find a mitigation. But we've completed the work that President Trump has asked us to do. The Department of War has come back conclusively that the issues related to these large offshore wind programs create radar interference that creates a genuine risk for the U.S., particularly related to the where they are in proximity to our East Coast population centers.
Yeah, that seems bad when you hear it that way. But darn it, if you're the left, you're mad because windmills have been turned off. And again, windmills that don't even really create the comparable amount of energy to a simpler solution that doesn't cause any sort of radar interference. But I digress. That's a story that's out there that's being obsessed about. There's also this, and I do like this a lot. Jasmine Crockett, politician out of Texas, someone that President Trump has referred to as low IQ on several occasions. She is now going to try to run to be a senator because of redistricting that's happened here in Texas, where I live. And certainly redistricting is a big conversation in Indiana, too, of course. But what I find interesting about it is the newest attack is very much racial in nature. everyone on the left saying that if you don't vote for this person, Jasmine Crockett, a black woman, it's because you're racist, sexist, or both. When the reality is it might be because she's completely inauthentic as a person. And so a few different places on social media, on Facebook and Twitter and whatnot, put up a side-by-side comparison of Jasmine Crockett talking like she's from the hood and then talking like she's not from that part of the world. And it's really interesting to hear the juxtaposition between speaking one way and speaking another way from someone who's saying that she's authentic and that if you don't vote for her, it's because of racism or sexism. I wanted to play this. I know this is Indiana, not Texas, even though I live in the latter of the two places, just because I think that this is the problem a lot of times in politics. The lack of people being capable of just being genuine, either genuinely who they are or answering questions in a genuine way. It is, in fact, a problem. And so whichever of these two is performative from Jasmine Crockett, the fact that they both exist out there is her problem. And the one thing I would continue to say about President Trump is that he's one of the most authentic people in the room all the time, wherever he goes. Whether that place is on television or not on television, he seems to be the same person everywhere. And that can be appealing, regardless of what you think of some of the policies that someone, not that I dislike them, but even if you did, you still want authenticity more than anything else. There's a ton of studies in media that say how true that is. But let's listen to Crockett show you that she's two different people at the same time.
And that is actually what they are fearful of, is my authenticity, because it rings true with every single American. You know, no one could have told me that when I went down to Austin, now looks like a little bit over a year ago, that I would be running for Congress.
Baby, because these people, they are crazy, because they always talk about how Christian they is. Yeah, I don't know how many of them on that side are getting divorced because they getting caught up sleeping with their co-workers, staffers, interns, all the things.
On-campus mailboxes. And at that time, my school hired the Cochran firm. And there was
I got to stop right there. It's like halfway through. You can tell each time it transitions from someone who's not speaking one way to someone who is speaking one way, how crazy it is. This different version of just spoken word like tone has such an impact on, I think, the perception of an individual. And we've seen this before, not just from black politicians, but from white ones. There were people like Hillary Clinton who would all of a sudden have a weird extra tone when she was speaking to certain groups. And this should infuriate you regardless of what side of any of these political issues you're on, because the performance is the thing that hurts us the most. The inauthenticity is the thing that hurts us the most. It convinces us as the American people that the people we send to Washington, D.C. don't care about us and will do nothing to benefit us. And they often prove that fear to be true. Let's do a little more.
Lawyer who graduated from University of Houston, who was assigned to me.
You're not. We done picking cotton.
What?
We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
I want the American people to know that when you stand up to a bully, you win. Do not back down. Do not bend.
And I'm going to be the first one. You and your little friend off of Twitter. Y'all about to find out, all right?
That's enough. You get it. You get the idea. But there's so many different politicians who behave exactly this way that it becomes the biggest reason. I think that people like President Trump are so successful with so many Americans, even ones who might not agree with everything he actually does in office. Again, I'm not one of those people. I'm just trying to couch it in that because there's some infighting in the Conservative Party right now that came from a very different place that I'll talk about a little bit later on in the show. But I just think it's amazing because I think if there's one thing I hate most about politics, it's the fakeness of it. And that's something that you gravitate toward when people actually convince you they're immune to that. And Trump constantly does that. All right, quick break, a lot more. Craig Collins filling in, Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC.
Or Indy. You know, champions just don't show up. They pick the right team to get the best results. And when it comes to restoring your hair, We Grow Hair Indy is that team. You know, 5 years ago, I made the choice to head over to We Grow Hair Indy. And every time I look in the mirror, I'm so glad I did. You know, guys at the top of their game, radio personalities, coaches, and well-known athletes have all trusted We Grow Hair Indy to restore their hair. Why? Because their results are permanent, natural, and speak for themselves. Here's what you do. You call today, 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Schedule a totally free, no-hassle, no-obligation consultation. Darren and the gang, the fine folks at We Grow Hair Indy, will take a look at what's going on top of your head and make some suggestions on how you can get your hair and your confidence back. Then it's up to you. In the meantime, see some other folks who have made the choice to get their confidence back by heading over to WeGrowHairIndy.com. 317-522-2995, 317-522-2995.
This is the run my own business dream. This is the college is paid for dream. This is the retire early dream. This is Busey, where your dreams and possibilities become moments. Through trusted guidance and expertise, through lifelong relationships. Because we're here to help you achieve the life you've always envisioned. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Member FDIC.
He's Donald Trump's #1 enemy in Congress, Chicago politician Dick Durbin. Now, Durbin has a new scheme. He's doing the dirty work to benefit corporate megastores. Durbin's bill could cut corners on your credit card security, putting your personal data at risk. Big chain retailers and warehouse stores want to inflate their profits, and liberal Dick Durbin would help them do it. Tell senators, say no to the megastores and Dick Durbin. Paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Matt Bear, how do our roads look?
Pretty good, Craig. Couple of slow spots, like on the south side, northbound 65 between Raymond and the south split. That is a construction zone. And a crash downtown 16th east of Central. Looking at northbound 65 crash in the south split, coming out of the south split, I should say, on northbound 65, like you're making your way up to that Washington Street exit. Traffic sponsored by USA Fencing. Ever wanted to try an Olympic and Paralympic sport? Try fencing. It's fast, safe, and easy to start. Find a beginner class near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. Cloudy, gradually becoming sunny in the afternoon today. 58 is the high. Right now it is 50 in downtown Indianapolis. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating and Cooling Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
The holidays are here. Is endless hot water at the top of your Christmas wish list? Luckily, my friends at Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling are offering an amazing special during the holiday season. $1,000 off a tankless water heater. Give the gift of endless hot water and save $1,000 by calling Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today. Stay warm this holiday season with endless hot water from Hope Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Give them a call at 641-HOPE. That's 641-HOPE.
Listen, were you forced into getting a solar contract and now you just don't want it anymore? Maybe the solar company misled you. Or is your solar contract buried with hidden fees? Are you not saving the amount of money you thought you would on your energy costs? Don't worry. At the Solar Exit Hotline, we can help you cancel your solar contract, even if the panels are already installed. Our experienced legal team will review your contract and help you cancel it, possibly saving you thousands of dollars. You got to call right now for complete details. So listen, if you're not happy with your solar contract for any reason, we are here to help you cancel it. Call the Solar Exit Hotline now for immediate options to help you exit your solar contract. This call is 100% free.
800-798-9512. 800-798-9512. 800-798-9512. That's 800-798-9512.
The Attorney General's Unclaimed Property Division has over $800 million just waiting to be claimed. Text Tony Katz to 46220 or visit indianaunclaimed.gov to claim yours today.
The real spirit of Christmas is the goodness we feel in our hearts and share it with the world. Merry Christmas from Pierce Jewelers. May you have a peaceful and blessed new year.
Tune in Saturdays 9 to 1 for the Home and Garden Show for advice and fun. Brought to you by Michaelis. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it.
Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins filling in. You have Matt and Carl hanging out as they do every single morning on this show. Matt Bear, the advertiser for the last traffic, that was a fencing place. What was it again?
Man. Yeah, it was fencing. USA Fencing. Yes.
They teach you how to fight with swords?
Yeah, sword fighting, essentially, for the athletic people.
Well, no, hold on. This sounds amazing as an advertisement or a potential sponsor of the Matt and Craig Excellent Podcast. I'm going to be honest with you because, thank you, Carl. and I'm probably going over and above this year or this show. We should do this in our 40s, right? We should show that you can still learn something new. I think this would make sense with the fencing people.
I would love to try this. I've always thought fencing is really fascinating. I don't know if I have the kind of agility, but I'd like to find out and try it, and that's why this is compelling to me. The problem is, when I think of fencing, I think of Braveheart, because that's the only images in my head of sword fighting, so I'm kind of worried I'm going to try to grab that sword with two hands and run at my opponent or something like that. I don't want to slip into that mode. So, a lesson would be good on etiquette. Which these people will provide.
What I think about fencing is like the rich people in movies that want to show that they're also dangerous. That's what fencing does. Is like you got to have that one scene where the guy who's influential and well off also happens to be good with a sword. And fencing is the best way to do that because you can do that in the middle of a mansion. You can do fencing anywhere. So I want to be that guy a little bit. I think the fencing people could teach me how to be that guy.
Everybody has a Hattori Hanzo sword above their mantle, and at some point they have to show it off to show how diabolical they are.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, because you can't have like a gun range in the middle of your mansion. That's not going to work. But you can fence somebody. Yeah, it is a great idea. That would be awesome. That'd be a lot of fun. Oh, but you just got a random shooting range halfway through a conversation you're having. That'd be incredible.
I mean, not like in the kitchen or anything. You have to build this.
Why would you put it there?
Somewhere.
Yeah, that'd be great. Honestly, I think I might need to put that in some house that I own in the future. Just in the middle of a conversation, you got to be able to take a few shots on your gun range.
It's just a stress reliever of the best kind,
Yeah, if I had a daughter and a guy was coming over to take her on a date, I would need to hit the gun range halfway through my conversation with that young man. And that would be perfect.
Hey, Dad, our first date, we're going to Taco. No. I've got your first date planned. This is exactly what you're doing, and you're staying here.
By the way, real quick, is Taco Bell a sponsor of this radio station? Do they sponsor us? Okay, all right. I went to the Taco Bell recently. I'm going to call it the Taco Bell, and I'm disappointed how expensive things are, specifically at Taco Bell. Like, I know it's expensive everywhere. I know it's not their fault. But you used to be able to get 1,000 tacos for like $7 at Taco Bell, and now not even close to the same thing. And I consumed it recently. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. But I'm disappointed that it costs like $20 now to have 5 tacos. That doesn't seem right.
$20?
It's not mine. I don't know. I think I might have got a fancier
taco.
No,
but
I
get you.
Don't shoot the messenger here, Matt.
No, I totally feel you. No, I totally get you, because while you're talking about that, I've looked up Taco Bell Cantina, which we have downtown Indianapolis. I believe, they serve alcoholic beverages, and I'm trying to think, okay, downtown prices, and say this alcoholic beverage came out to be like $12, and all of a sudden you're thinking, I should have gone to Dinky Plains for this.
Yes.
I don't know. It's just, so the prices go up everywhere, and I'm just kind of going through the menu, and first off, I don't want my burrito to look this nice when I get it out of a Taco Bell bag. I want something that's just kind of smashed up and all over the place. So this is definitely not going to work. But Taco Bell should be cheap. Taco Bell should be cheap.
It should be, and I want something to look like somebody stepped on it before they put it in the bag for me.
Right.
Because that's now I'm not eating it for the looks of it. Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
what are
another
the prices
thing,
at Ochos Locos?
I don't know what you're talking about, Carl. I'm gonna plead the fifth here now.
For everybody
if anybody doesn't know,
anybody
that doesn't know, Ojos Locos is a chain of restaurants in Texas that I've recently discovered that is what a lot of people say Latin Hooters. It's Hooters, but everybody that works there is Latina. And I may or may not have gone in one time accidentally, of course, getting lost somewhere on the road
on lingerie day.
With the missus, where it was lingerie day, which is where they were wearing lingerie. Thank you, Carl. You know what's funny about that? Just real quick, and this doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm talking about this in Indianapolis radio, but I am. Is I talked about that on the radio in Texas where I am, and people called in to say the food there is terrible and they don't care. They're like, it's awful food, but none of us care about it. It's not high quality. I know it's not high quality. It's not delicious, but that's not the reason that people go into that establishment. And the restaurant doesn't seem to mind the fact that people talk about how the food's not really that good, which seems like that's important. Like the excuse with Hooters was always, I like the wings, and the wings actually were pretty good. You can't make that same excuse other places.
Yeah, but when you go to Hooters, you're not expecting like wings Asian fusion or anything. You're just expecting... Like you said, the reason you go to Hooters, that's all you really want. And I've never had a bad taco in my life, so much respect to your audience, but all tacos are good. All tacos come from heaven, and that's pretty much
That's
it.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't have a bad taco. That's crazy to say out loud. I agree with you, man. Like, you can't have a bad. Was it delicious? No. Was it bad? Of course not. It was a taco. Anyway, before we take a break and I wind up finding out I'm divorced at some point on the show, which I feel like could happen. One last thing I saw that I thought was funny. Gen Z is searching social media for jobs now. Gen Z has given up on finding jobs the normal way. So now the way they're doing it is they're looking on social media for someone else that's Gen Z that says my company's hiring, and then they try to apply that way. They're wondering if this is a good approach. Job hunting, I think anything is I think it's totally fine. Probably do it the traditional way, any other way you can. But sure, if you're just looking on social media for job posts or news or anything, at least you're doing something. That's my reaction to that story. But I thought it was interesting that that's the biggest way that they say the younger generations are finding their next job is just looking for somebody's post on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or something.
Well, it's not like the days with our first jobs, Craig and Carl. I mean, I guess it's not you copy 100 resumes and start handing them out to businesses, I would do when I was trying to get into whatever when I was a kid. I mean, there is a new method of doing this. It used to be, show up entirely. And that still works, if you're volunteering or trying to get a head start somewhere. I get that. But now it is more social media, and I believe there's less interaction. A long time ago, I applied for a job, and I got that first phone interview, and it was very intrapersonal. I mean, I didn't feel like I was being asked questions that nobody else was asked, and that's fine. That's the employer. They can do that, but I'm just saying the old way is rapidly evolving into some sort of, less personal dynamic that we have now, and I guess I accept that. It's just the way it's going. It's where we're headed, man.
Yeah. Well, no, and feeling like you need an in to get a job is a unique thing. Like feeling like you need to know somebody on the inside to get through the first round of resumes does feel like something that a lot of people are experiencing. So I get it if you're looking on social media to find someone who'd be your in and then message them like, oh, you're hiring? I need this job. That sounds like a wise approach in some ways, actually. All right, we'll take a break. We got traffic coming up, a little bit more coming up in the show. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Looking at the north side, eastbound 465, stop and go ditch road over to Meridian. At a crash, northbound 6570 coming out to the south split. Not affecting us much right now with no delay. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, it's Casey from the Kendall Casey Show, and it's a Trump slump. His approval rating is low at 35%. Join us Tuesday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
Hey, guys, it's Rob for Wheat Grow Hair Indy. Champions just don't show up. They pick the right team to get the best results. And when it comes to restoring your hair, We Grow Hair Indy is that team. 5 years ago, I made the choice to head over to We Grow Hair Indy, and every time I look in the mirror, I'm so glad I did. Guys at the top of their game, radio personalities, coaches, and well-known athletes have all trusted We Grow Hair Indy to restore their hair. Why? Because their results are permanent, natural, and speak for themselves. Here's what you do. You call today, 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Schedule a totally free, no-hassle, no-obligation consultation. Darren and the gang, the fine folks at We Grow Hair Indy, will take a look at what's going on top of your head and make some suggestions on how you can get your hair and your confidence back. Then it's up to you. In the meantime, see some other folks who have made the choice to get their confidence back by heading over to WeGrowHairIndy.com. 317-522-2995, 317-522-2995.
Picture this, you're on a date, and then bad breath happens. Confidence gone. Here's the truth. Most gums and mints are just bad breath Band-Aids, but not Zellman's Minty Mouth. The functional breath freshener you swallow. Tiny dual-action capsules with mint on the outside, parsley seed oil inside, clinically tested to fight the toughest offenders, even garlic and onions. It's only available online. Go to Zellmans.com, Zelmins, Zellmans.com, code FRESH for 15% off.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
Rush on over to Andy Moore Ford during the year-end sales event. Save over $13,000 off MSRP on a new Ford F-150 Super Crew. If you prefer to lease, get a new 2026 Ford Escape for under $300 a month. Or go bigger with a new Explorer for just $439 a month, both for 39 months. That's year-end and sales at Andy Moore Ford. You can even buy your vehicle 100% online, and Andy Moore will deliver it right to you. And get more before it's gone. Routine maintenance plans are available to keep things simple and convenient. Andy Moore Ford, 2713 East Main Street in Plainfield, or online at andymoreford.com. Includes $13,241 dealer discount. Additional available offers include $1,500 rebate and $1,000 F-150 loyalty. Must qualify. Lease for $299, $439 per month. 10,500 miles per year. 25 cents per mile over. 3,500 to its signing. $0 security deposit. Tax, title, license fee, and $251.05 dock fee excluded. Available to qualified customers with approved credit. See dealer for full offer details. Expires December 31st, 2025.
If you're experiencing a hardship and need to quickly sell your home, we may be able to help. Simple Quarters has helped over 3,000 families sell their homes in Indiana.
Simple Quarters has helped me by allowing me to sell my house. It's given me the financial stability to be able to move and go on with that next chapter. Simple Quarters was the best option for me because there was no BS involved. It was simply straightforward, to the point, honesty. And that is what made me go with Simple Quarters. There was nothing that I didn't expect. They didn't have hidden fees. They didn't ask me to go get an appraisal. They didn't ask me to have a surveyor come out. This has probably been one of the easiest experiences in my life. And if I ever have to do it again, I would call Simple Quarters again. Simple Quarters absolutely kept their word through the whole process.
Call Simple Quarters 317-900-HOME. 317-900-HOME.
Breathe in the wonder and joy of Christmas, where the extraordinary often shines through the ordinary moments, through kindness, care, and compassion. At Franciscan Health, we provide care rooted in faith, love, and dignity, and believe life is a gift and every moment is extraordinary. So take a breath and give thanks as we celebrate the birth of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Merry Christmas. Franciscan Health. Love your extraordinary life.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
They're feeding us small doses at a time because they say there's sensitive information to protect. Your radar is clear, 46 degrees in downtown Indianapolis over a cloudy sky, going up to 57 today. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31. The Justice Department released about 11,000 files overnight connected to the Jeffrey Epstein case,
which include photos, court records, FBI and Justice Department documents, videos, emails, and more. The latest release follows the first group made public on Friday that contained thousands of photos and Saturday's release that held grand jury transcripts. The Epstein Files Transparency Act required the DOJ to release all files on convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein and his co-conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell by December 19th. But the DOJ says they will instead release them on a rolling basis, citing redactions that need to be made. Meantime, a judge scolded Maxwell for including confidential victim names in court papers, seeking to set aside her 2021 sex trafficking conviction and 20-year prison sentence.
That's Fox's Tanya J. Powers reporting. A Mexican Navy plane carrying a burn patient and a doctor from Mexico to Galveston, Texas, crashed in the Galveston Bay on Monday, killing all 5 people on board. 3 Navy members died. A 4th is missing and presumed dead. Brown University placing its police chief on administrative leave following last weekend shooting that killed 2 students.
Former chief of police of the Providence Police Department will serve as interim vice president. Now that move comes as a custodian at the school reveals he spotted the suspected gunman circling school hallways and peering into classrooms nearly a dozen times in the weeks leading up to the attack. He says he warned school security twice. Quote, he'd been casing that place for weeks. I said, something's off with this guy, so I got to say something. That building has been a free-for-all for a long time. Anybody could just come in.
That's Fox's Todd Pyro reporting. 3 young kids were hurt in a hit-and-run crash Monday afternoon on Indianapolis's south side. The crash happened right before 4 at Madison Avenue and East Stop 10 Road. 1 child thrown from the car, 3 others taken to the hospital, all expected to survive. Police say the other person involved in the crash didn't stick around. If you saw the crash or know anything about it, call Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS. And the Powerball jackpot is growing again this morning. Nobody hit the winning numbers last night for the $1.6 billion jackpot, so the jackpot is now 1.7. Your next chance to get filthy rich is on Christmas Eve. Now sports at 8:34 on WIBC. The Indianapolis Colts losing streak keeps growing. Last night they jumped out early when quarterback Phillip Rivers found wide receiver Alec Pierce for a 20-yard touchdown pass, but a late interception helped San Francisco pull away for a 48-27 win. Playoff hopes for Indy are slipping.
What we've been asked to do is give our best effort. And so that's what has to be done, these next few days of preparation, which on a short week with Christmas on Thursday and then a division opponent that's on fire right now. So we'll have to bounce back in a hurry.
And Rivers passed for 277 yards. The Colts take on the Jacksonville Jaguars at home Sunday. Jacksonville has won 6 straight. They lead the AFC South. Indy has dropped 5 in a row in 6 of their last 7. The IU men's basketball team wrapped up 2025 last night with an 81-60 win over Siena before heading for Christmas break. Head coach Darren DeVries says he's looking for the team to tighten up on the defensive glass.
And that's got to be our priority as we come back from Christmas break here, is clean that up so now we can get out and play and transition.
IU is 10-3. They play Washington on January 4th. Their top-ranked football team is in the Rose Bowl. They play Alabama on January 1st, and the Boston Celtics beat the Indiana Pacers 103-95. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:35. Traffic on the 5s. What's going on, Matt Bear?
Yeah, man, look at that 16th Street east of Central Avenue. That's a crash. And on the north side, eastbound 465, slow from Ditch Road over to Meridian. Inbound 69. Looking fantastic right now as we come in from Fishers from State Road 37 to 465. It's a 4-minute trip. Traffic sponsored by no one. I'm Matt Bear with Traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Oh, it could have been sponsored by the Matt and Craig Excellent Podcast. Could have been.
Right.
Anyway, thank you, buddy. Cloudy, gradually becoming sunny, a high of 58 right now in downtown Indianapolis. It is 50 degrees. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating and Cooling Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
By the time this ad ends, Washington will have burned through millions of your dollars. That's not how we do things in Indiana. I'm Congressman Jefferson Shreve, bringing Hoosier common sense to Washington. I passed legislation to cut waste, save taxpayers millions, and deliver real tax relief for workers and families. Less waste, more money in your pocket.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is
Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins, filling in. Thrilled to be with you. A bunch of stuff to talk about. The United States is ramping up some of its pressure on Venezuela. One of the ways in which we're doing that is having a giant armada of ships capable of doing whatever we want them to do near the Venezuelan border. I think that President Trump talked about this recently and what he thinks it means for any sort of provocative action that the country would take against us, which seems incredibly unlikely. Here, let me play that audio first.
He can do whatever he wants. I mean, we have a massive armada formed, the biggest we've ever had, and by far the biggest we've ever had in South America. He can do whatever he wants. It's all right. Whatever he wants to do. If he wants to do something, if he plays tough, it'll be the last time he's ever able to play tough. But
I think that's amazing. I laugh at that because of the matter-of-fact way in which he says it. If he plays tough, it'd be the last time that they're capable of doing that because we'd be tougher. And that is true. By the way, Venezuela is a place that has a ton of corruption, a ton of poverty, just horrible things happen there. They send a tremendous amount of drugs to us. Like there's so many ways in which the left would consider it to be kindness, philanthropy, whatever you want to call it, for the United States to try to pressure Venezuela to be a better place. Like more or less to say it that way, The left would be thrilled about this. The fact that it's Trump doing it means they hate it, means they think it's horrible and terrible, and that every boat that we blow up had to be fishermen that somehow were getting lost and not, using a boat that at all is conducive to fishing, and that it can't possibly be drug dealers trying to bring drugs into our country or other places. I've referenced this before, too. One of the weirdest excuses the left uses to say that we shouldn't be involved is that they are drugs. They are going somewhere where they're going to hurt people, but it might not be here in the United States. It might sort of come through the U.S., but it's going to go somewhere else. And so that means we should be okay with it. I'm not even saying I believe that narrative. It's just such a weird way to try to win an argument, almost a desperate way to win an argument to me, that seems to be the kind of thing they'd like if their team were the ones doing it. I also want to play this. This is audio of Trump being asked a question about a boat that was seized and Venezuelan oil that was seized earlier this month. He is unapologetic in saying, we're keeping that.
Speaking of Venezuela, oil, what are we going to do with the oil that we have?
Going to do with what?
The oil that has been seized. The United States seized 1.9 million barrels of oil on December 10th.
We're going to keep it. We're keeping it.
Where's it? Are we going to sell it or put it in the strategic?
Maybe we'll sell it. Maybe we'll keep it. Maybe we'll use it in the strategic reserves. We're keeping it. We're keeping the ships also.
We're keeping them. They're ours, and you should shut up about this. My favorite is the fact that the left thinks these are traps. Both sides of the political aisle try to set traps for each other, whatever they might be. Very often it's identity politics that winds up being the trigger point on the left to get some sort of they think trap where they've made someone sound like a racist or a sexist, according to them. And I think that's kind of annoying and ridiculous that they do. But these are traps. And oftentimes Trump will barrel right over whatever the trap is that the left thinks it's setting. And a lot of people think it's great. They think it's wonderful to hear that version of an answer to that kind of a question. I think that's pretty awesome. And by the way, I will reference this too, just quickly. And Kendall and Casey, they have a promo running. They're going to talk about it more on their show. Trump is being covered a lot in a lot of news places for a dip in poll numbers. But if you compare it to other presidents, a lot of other presidents also see a dip like this at this time of the year in their polling. And for whatever reason, the left never admits it when it's their side. I think to the right's credit, to conservatives' credit, they're willing to talk about these things. And actually, you know what? Okay, one last thing I want to say. I had a different topic planned, but I won't do it. And this is hopefully giving a pat on the back to people like Kendall and Casey or anyone else that's willing to discuss topics if it's their side and they don't think it makes them look good per se. All that infighting that happened at America Fest, at AmFest, where people are now talking about how, Tucker Carlson said one thing and Ben Shapiro said something else. And then the vice president took the stage and said, let's not fight each other. Let's all find a way to coexist. The thing I love most about that is that it's non-existent as an idea on the left to oppose each other. But on the right, it's welcome. On the right, you can do it at one of the biggest fundraising events in the country for conservatives. And it shows the fact that we're not a monolith, that people within this side of the aisle, and certainly if they're taking pot shots at each other, and maybe Ben Shapiro or whoever thinks that they're a little bit more important than they really are in our society, and that's part of the reason that they all fight each other the way they do. I like the existence of that. I liked it when it took conservatives forever to pick the Speaker of the House. I thought that was a good thing. And they all fought with each other and things got messy because it shows people who are actually willing to stand to whatever their values are and still consider themselves part of that side of the political aisle, as opposed to the opposite, which is thinking you need a hive mind opinion on everything. And the one person who stands on the outside, whether it's the John Fettermans of the world in the world of Democrats, these people are actually attacked. These people are told they're horrible and terrible for the things they're saying. And I think that's kind of interesting. The right, once again, essentially demonstrating it's way more tolerant than the woke left. All right, I'll take a quick break. A lot more. Craig Collins filling in. Tony Katz, The Morning News, 93 WIBC.
Scrolling all day, clickbait everywhere. But the facts, they're harder to find.
WIBC didn't just report the story, they really got into why it mattered.
CEO of First American Nuclear believes we're heading into America's nuclear renaissance.
In 100 years, all successful nations will be powered by nuclear reactors. For the sake of our children, I'd like the U.S. to be one of them.
Oh, I check the WIBC website before I even open social media.
Online, on social, on air. Stay in the know while you're on the go with 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
You know exactly why you need to remodel that kitchen of yours. The space, it's outdated. You can't move around like you used to. It doesn't work like it needs to. You want to entertain and you want to improve your quality of life. This can happen, just not with the kitchen you have. You need to call Booher Remodeling. Booher. BooherRemodeling.com. They can take that old kitchen that's deteriorating and broken down and turn it into something that works for you and your family. Their 5-step design process from start to finish, the consultation, the preliminary design, the design development, getting all the documents together, and then getting it done. The best materials, the most skilled craftsmen in Central Indiana. Booher Remodeling will guide you through the entire process, starting with the free initial consultation, and they stand behind their work with a 2-year workmanship guarantee. Create that new kitchen. Design experts can use an existing layout or begin completely from scratch. Talk to Booher Remodeling today. Booher. BooherRemodeling.com. That's BooherRemodeling.com.
Greetings from R&R Agency, your Indiana health insurance pros, and a sincere thank you to our loyal customers for helping us to another record year. We recently saved a 62-year-old retiring couple over $800 monthly when compared to their COBRA offerings. We recently saved a family of 4 over $400 monthly when compared to their $7,500 deductible program on the ACA, and you know that's still Obamacare. We recently saved a small 4-man manufacturing company over $1,000 monthly and gave them better coverage. We feature coverages guaranteed to age 65, low out-of-pocket expenses, the largest networks in the country, and you can sign up anytime. If you are retiring early, self-employed, or need coverage for your small group, call us at 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. If you don't call us, we can't help you. What do you got to lose? Call us 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. As always, God bless America, common sense government, and peace through strength.
Matt Bear, how do our roads look?
Greg, we do have a crash on the east side. It's eastbound 70 at Shadeland Avenue or before 465 Ave. Right now, no delay coming with that crash, so that's good. North side, eastbound 465 slow from Ditch Road over to Meridian 31. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Thank you, Matt. It looks like it's going to be a relatively warm few days compared to how it normally is in December in Indianapolis. 58 is the high today with sunny conditions later on, cloudy right now, overcast and 50 degrees in downtown Indianapolis. That temperature brought to you by the American Standard Heating and Cooling Weather Center of 93 WIBC.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line. But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet. So make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818. 800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
Experience Trump 1 year later with Tony Katz on January 24th at 6 p.m. Enjoy thought-provoking discussion, tasty hors d'oeuvres, and a chance to mingle with others. Thanks to our sponsor, PA Jewelers at the Farmhouse. More info at WIBC.com.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
Tony Katz, the Morning News, 93 WIBC. My name is Craig Collins filling in. Thrilled to be with you. Matt and Carl hanging out as they do every single morning on this show. The Powerball is like $1.7 billion, and it's going to be drawn on Christmas Eve, I believe, so tomorrow night. I think two things are likely to happen. One, nobody's likely to win. And two, somebody's buying somebody else a Powerball ticket as a Christmas present. Now, granted, you'd have to do this as something you give away on Christmas Eve if the drawing's on Christmas Eve, because to give it on Christmas Day is going to be terrible. It's a losing ticket. Or if nobody wins on Wednesday, maybe some people are going to rush out and buy more tickets to give them on Christmas Day. Here's my question. If you were to gift a ticket to someone else and they won, how much money do you want? You want all the money, half the money? What are you thinking? It's like the old scratcher question. because we always had somebody in the family who would give away a bunch of lottery scratcher tickets on Christmas Eve or on Christmas Day in the stocking. And the funniest part is they'd always ask you to scratch them in front of them. They wanted to see if you won anything, and I think partly because the giver wanted to know if they gave too much. But what do we think of this topic?
Well, I can tell you this. If I get nothing, I'm going to feel horrible for the rest of my life for gifting that ticket. So I've got to get something out of this. I want at least maybe, it's the Powerball. I don't think 100K is asking too much here.
Not even at all. Not with 1.7 billion.
Yeah,
Matt,
so,
come on.
Yeah, so roll me a check for 100K and we'll be good.
Yeah.
It's easy as that. Or even less, 50,000, 10,000.
No.
But just keep
No.
No?
Let's not go that way.
Okay.
Let's get a percentage, man. Let's throw a percent out there. Let's not even make it 100,000. Let's go like 5% of the winnings just because I bought the ticket and then I gifted it to you. But you're right. I love the thing you said. You're going to regret giving that ticket forever, because the answer to that is yes. No matter who it is you gave it to, no matter how much you care about them, a winning ticket for billions of dollars, or at least $1 billion, is the kind of thing you're not going to get over giving. So it's the kind of thing you'd fight every Christmas from that point on about, the fact that you gave them that. Like the next time you opened up some gift from them and it's like a toaster, you're like, I gave you a $1.7 billion lottery ticket, you horrible jerk.
I don't see how you don't think about it every single day of your life. Every time you pay a bill, every time you buy a couple of burgers from McDonald's and you check your bank account. I mean, that's the stick in your craw for the rest of your life. And I hate saying it like that because you're supposed to move on from things like that. But that's something, especially if you're struggling, man, oh man, that could stick with you for a while.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, and it is the way I feel when you get scratcher tickets from somebody and they watch you scratch them. I do feel like in the back of their mind, like, I don't want it to be a big amount of money. I like you. I want you to win something. I don't want it to be nothing. But if you win, $20,000, I'm going to be sad about this. That's the way I felt anyway. Maybe I'm the only one who gets lottery tickets as a Christmas thing, or has before. Have you guys ever gotten those as a gift?
Yeah, and I don't want to be that guy, the ungrateful guy, but I don't like
don't
lottery tickets. I don't like lottery tickets as a Christmas gift, especially the scratch-off ones, because I don't like scratching off, and all you win on a lottery ticket is more scratch-off tickets. So you have to go to a gas station, find the gas station that sells the ticket, and then scratch off and win more tickets. And that sounds like a rabbit hole.
It's a hassle. Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to ask the question the other way. What if you won the lottery? How much money would you give away to that person that gifted it to you?
They're getting nothing. No, I'm kidding.
You'll get nothing and like it.
I'm kidding. I'd go 1%. I think 1%'s okay. Like they gave it to me. It's my ticket now. I'm not giving you 50%, but I think you throw something that person's way. I think that makes sense.
I'd make him earn it.
Ow!
Do you want?
You have a how there?
Do you want $10,000 every week for the rest of your life? Well, here's your chores list.
Yeah. My feet need some massaging. Look at them right there, and then we'll see. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. I would be frivolous with it. I know. I'd just start giving stuff away. Just because.
Yeah. The other thing that's funny about that, this is such a weird, like it will never, ever happen. It's so stupid that my brain even thought of it for a second. But I thought about, if I won the lottery, would I tell people on the radio that I do, like here or anywhere else? Would I go the next day and be like, hey, I won the lottery? And I think the answer would be yes. And I think I would then give away a ton of the money to people who were contacting me, because I'd also be frivolous with $1 billion. It would just be too much fun to be like, this was all free. I had none of this before, and now I have all of it. Why don't we go ahead and do like $1,000 giveaway on the radio the day after I win, and I'll fund it. I feel like that's the kind of stuff I do, which would be a terrible decision, but nonetheless, a lot of fun along the way.
Man, that'd get your ratings. Give it away
it would.
$1,000 every single week.
Would, dude.
What morning show gives away $1,000 every day on the 7th?
Right. Yeah, well, no, just whenever I felt like it. Yeah. If I win $1 billion, I'll just do it every so often, just when I feel like it. I'll make that promise to the WIBC audience. If I win the Powerball, the next time I'm hosting, a few people win $1,000.
We're also grateful.
Just because.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's
an easy,
very generous.
It's an easy gift to give right now because I don't have it.
Right.
In fact, I'm actually having to give my Christmas bonus back to the place I work, but that's another time. That's for another day. Or we talked about it earlier in the show. One last thing before I get out of here. I thought this was funny. A bunch of people in Montreal dressed as Santa Claus and elves robbed a grocery store. And when they were caught, because that's a crime, you're not allowed to commit it, they said they were just trying to deliver stuff to the needy because they were dressed as Santa Claus and elves.
Nice.
They thought that would get them out of the problem. They're like, no, it's usually a crime, but if you're dressed like Santa on the holidays and you want to give it away, this is allowed. And apparently the police disagreed with them.
Well, I mean, if you're dressed like Santa Claus, you're still in the spirit of Christmas. You can't deny that, whether you're stealing or not. And that's, I mean, seriously, when you look at it, how does Santa Claus get all of his presents to begin with?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not making this stuff, all right?
He's not.
He's not going
Right.
to Macy's like 2 weeks before ordering on Amazon. You got to cut the corners a little bit sometimes.
You do.
Santa's
You
got to
do.
get the
You didn't know that
presents.
Santa Claus was a thief.
Maybe
You had
not
no
a
idea.
thief, but I'm just saying he could have a minor operation that involves getting presents to the North Pole quicker. That's
He's not
and
the
I'm
thief. The elves are. You don't have to do it yourself, man.
Hey,
That's why you pay the other people.
You cut all strings in communication. You don't let anything lead back to you. He's done this for years, decades, even centuries. He
Sure,
knows what he's
probably.
doing. Yeah.
Well, my favorite part of this is thinking about the brainstorming meeting by the criminals before it. They're like, wait a minute, if we dress like Santa, is it still a crime? And one of the guys is like, I don't think so. I think that's allowed then, especially if we say we're giving it to other people. This is fine then. And so they go that road.
You
But
always
all right.
need a voice of reason when you're planning your burglaries.
You do.
That's what I know.
You do. Yeah. Invite one lawyer along to your
Yes.
next criminal plan. All right. Quick break. And I meant done, actually. Kendall and Casey coming up next. Matt's got your traffic.
Yeah, talk to you tomorrow, Craig. Looking at eastbound 70 crash at Shadeland, and no delay coming with that. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, if you're looking to sell or buy, now is the time. Call real estate expert Mark Dietl. Troy in Connorsville admits he was a real estate challenge. Wanted to sell his home over market value and buy a home near his favorite hunting area with land and no HOA close to town. Mark Dietl and his team did it all. They found the perfect new home at a great price and sold the current home in 10 days for $10,000 over list.
And it's the guarantee that separates Mark Dietl from the competition. Mark Dietl guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. No long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time.